We're here.
Yeah, we know what we're doing. Yeah,
We know what we're doing? No one told me we know what we're doing.
Yeah, what? We
We're
don't know what
supposed to
we're doing.
know what we're doing? Excuse me?
We are pro D&D streamers. As you
I'm
can tell.
also pro D&D streamer. I support all D&D streamers. I'm very.
I knew you were
Every single alignment.
You know, I support every single D&D streamer except for one, and they know who they are. Fuck you. I'm not saying anyone. What are you talking about, Orb? I'm not saying anyone.
You just took it.
Excuse me?
You just took it.
I-
Ozzy fired an arrow
Oh,
into
wow.
the ether, and Orb was just like, yeah. Damn it.
Orb was like,
Oh, yeah, no, it's true.
are you that?
That's right. I'm on Space Tabor. How you doing, buddy? I'm back at home.
Did my,
My
We're
light is not
recycling
working,
The fan
and
fiction, not what you want.
yeah, but I'm here.
We're
And I'm in
putting that
space.
as the fuel
That's why it's all
on
dark.
the Rudy Arthur fire.
Of course we are. I mean, at this point,
How
we
you
could,
doing,
you
man?
know, start literally throwing rocks at each other, and that would be fuel to the fire.
It would. It would.
Yes.
Oh,
Thank you, Cuddly
wow.
Octa, for the hydrate.
I mean, that's an invisible bottle.
That is an invisible bottle right there. Check
Oh,
that out. I'm
yes.
just drinking the yellow
Hydration.
out of the pan.
Oh.
I do like the yellow from the pen.
I thought I had a full bottle of water. Turns out I don't, so it's time to fill up my glass with this, I guess.
Yay!
That
But
is beer?
It is spiced
water.
port.
Thought you were gonna say spiced pork, and I was like, liar, you're a
it's
vegetarian.
in the honor of
Yes,
Odin.
no.
It's juiced
Or give it a
pork,
liquid.
Cuddly.
Nothing gets
You've
past
squeezed the pig above the bottle.
Yeah, it's fine
Oh,
though.
Lord.
It's fine. It's
Please
not
make
dead.
it.
I just wrung it out a little.
Pig's fine.
Yeah, it's really not
This
bad.
is a liquid!
Yeah. No, it's a pigquid.
Big quit.
And just because I can, I'm then going to point out that how stupid the saying "sweating like a pig" is, considering pigs don't sweat.
Yeah!
True.
Maybe it's because
The more
people
you
are
know.
rolling in the mud, and that's
Ah, damn.
what
I
we're
actually
forgot how
know
nice this was.
where that comes from because they're talking about pig iron. When you heat it up, it sweats.
Oh,
That's pretty cool, actually.
double the more you know.
Danny,
More you
your
know.
knowledge.
But if the pig digs sweat, would
Oh,
it
look, when
not
I do
work
it, there's a
backward?
rainbow.
You actually have the rainbow there to do it.
The more you know.
Had to be more like.
Oh dear.
What are we doing this?
The
Are we
more you
actually-
bow.
I'm not
Oh,
here
I
to
know,
learn.
I'm
I'm
logging
here
on.
to play D&D.
I think we might play some D&D.
Happy.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Do we? Do we though? I mean, do we
It's not
though?
impossible. Stranger things have happened.
They have strange things have happened.
Play is a
But-
strong word. Do we more like flail through it?
How dare Cuddly.
Flail, struggle.
What Cuddly do?
We struggle
You
through it.
all
Shouting me
you
out
all
in my
run
own
out of-
stream.
run out of PP. Now you have to struggle.
Absolutely. We'll hurt ourselves without struggling.
Poor
Yeah.
pee-pee.
Shout yourself out, damn it.
Fuck you.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
hey, you got
Roju.
one, pal.
Shout
Shut
yourself out.
out.
You
Yeah, go.
start. No,
Yeah, Roju. There you
today, Roju, you start.
Ah, heck. Well, hey, I'm Roju, coming to you live from space. My channel's participation
space?
award. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's
Can anyone hear you scream? No.
I don't think so.
Space, no one can
I
hear
No.
didn't hear anything.
No one can hear me scream. But I come from Participation Award, which is my channel. I'm back, baby. I've been away for 2 weeks, having a nice little holiday. But today I am back with no light globe, as you can see me in the dark here. And today I'm playing Gerald, the wizard, who may or may not actually be a warlock instead. But he'll figure that out eventually, maybe, and we'll see how that goes. And
I must say though, like the light does, without the light, you do really match the space background.
right? I know. That's why I saw that. I was like, "This is perfect." I'm part of the galaxy now.
What are you drinking?
Oh, what am I drinking? Oh, I was just
are you
talking
drinking?
about it.
From
Yeah,
what?
it's this stuff that you can't really see the label of because I'm in space.
He's drinking
Can't see
space.
shit.
It's a
Space?
spiced port and it's really nice. I'd forgotten how
A
nice it was.
spaced port?
A spaced.
port? Are
It's
you
a space.
drinking?
I'm drinking an entire spaceport. Yeah,
It's a liquid today.
it's Deep Space
my
Nine.
God.
I'm just drinking it.
You must be Galactus' distant cousin or something. You drink.
I was legitimately gonna wear my "What Would Cisco Do" shirt, and you just mentioned Deep Space Nine, and I just feel like we have a connection today.
Yes.
We're on it. We're on it.
Today's a good day.
Space. You're right. Space does notoriously obscure labels. It's true.
And through that connection, I think Cuddly.
Yes. Hello.
I'm
my name is Cuddly.
making the decision to say it's your turn.
I agree.
Thank you. Thank you. I love having a turn. Yes, you're in the clouds. We're coming back down to Earth. Yes, my house is cleaner, but you still can't see it. So, I play Nana Malavora. I am drinking. Oh, sorry. She's this spicy little gnome granny. She really likes to cook. I say spicy because she's like feisty, and because she has an affinity for chilies. Just a thing. I'm drinking some hot cocoa with a little bit of Kahlua in it.
Ooh, nice.
Very nice.
Is Josie making the decisions?
Well, if I was, I would say Denny next.
Yes. So I am Denimation, back finally to play some more Daskus, the mighty barbarian warrior.
I
And
miss you.
I know, and I missed the last stream. It was so good. I cried. I'll admit it. I teared up a little bit. But
Okay.
going along with Cuddly's drink, I do have a little bit of coffee here with some cedar cream, which is like a Bailey's, except not as thick.
I'm looking
Pick
forward to
one C,
opening
not
my
two.
bottle.
Only a singular C, no silent QUE in there,
Ugh. Ridiculous.
sadly. But yes, well, we'll throw this one up to the water store up there.
Welcome to the wettest door. Obviously, people know me as Orb or Moistosphere. I do play Arthur. Arthur is very much, I would say, a copy of my my personality, just 10 times more sillier. What am I drinking? I'm drinking this labeled bear stuff. It's rum stuff. And yeah, basically, yeah, I'm here for a good time. And that's basically it.
Here for a good time, not a long time.
What about Aussie?
What about Aussie? I don't know. You tell me. Hello everyone.
Fine, I'll do your shout out. Fine.
Go
Yes.
for it. Go, Joseph. Go. Shout me out.
I would like to
And then you shout me out, okay?
Oh fuck. Okay, yeah, sure. All right.
Here we go. Well, on my screen at least, above me you have Aussie Devfro, variety streamer, currently playing. I think last week you did some Final Fantasy. You're going back into Minecraft. You also did some Monster Hunter Rise with Teacher Mark, and you're 5 days a week, nights a week. I think you usually say, pretty much Saturday through Wednesday.
Yeah. That's
I don't know the exact timings because we're in different time zones, and I also don't know what you're drinking today.
Oh, I'm drinking the Souls of the Fallen, otherwise known as Orchard Crush Apple Cider.
Wait, you tried Cactus
Orange
Bear
Crush?
Trout again? How'd
Orange
that
Crush?
work out?
Okay. I said it right this time. Come on, I specifically read the bottle this time, please.
No.
Yes. I yes. I don't know. Yes.
Yes,
maybe?
yes.
Yes, no, maybe.
Josie, that was really good. Aussie's gotta
I don't know.
try
It feels
hard.
like I missed half of
You
Aussie's
you
shout
didn't
out.
say who I was playing, but that's okay because I am playing Null apparently.
Rudy Magic Hands McGee, the party's cleric, formerly known as the healer. Currently, who knows? There was a
Wait, hang
recent
on.
change.
Formally? I can still heal.
Eh,
It keeps getting taken away from me. Okay.
Everyone else too.
maybe Rudy's just feeling a little. I don't know.
I didn't appreciate it.
Is Rudy
Yeah,
gonna go to
maybe.
Bard school? Have a midlife crisis? A little bit early.
You know, we're all going to Bard School and we're going to form a fucking band.
Hell
Except,
yeah.
except Arthur. Arthur has to sit
Except-
out on this
except
doorstep in
Arthur.
the rain.
Arthur's our roadie.
Dasker's on the flute.
I think, I don't know, Rudy would play the... I don't know what instrument Rudy would play.
I'd like to imagine Dusk Goose playing the cowbell.
Yes. He would be the best on the cowbell.
Or like the French
dear.
horn or trombone.
I used
You
to
want
play
to
the
have
French
French horns,
horn.
guys. Nothing's
We'll
wrong
play
with
the
French
French
horns,
horn.
okay?
I used to play the French horn in...
Yeah, the same. Leave them out of this. They're fine.
But
Just because they took up an extra seat on the bus every day doesn't make things bad.
I believe Cuddly is going through some repressed memories here.
There's some deep trauma there.
They got
Your
nothing on the
mentality and
trombone.
personality of this
Oh, sneak peek into Cuddly's house.
Ooh,
we
I can
see
see a
it.
chair.
Oh, back, put your head back down.
What's in the background?
Head back down, put your head back down.
Just headbanging.
Alright, Ozzy, it's your turn to introduce our lovely DM.
Oh, shit, yeah, I forgot. I almost got away with that. Alright,
Wow.
so, not below me, but below Denimation is our wonderful, lovable, oh so benevolent dungeon mistress, Josie Poser, who essentially is the law in all things. We do not go against Josie Poser, nor are we ever with Josie Poser, but we always are nestled somewhere within her machinations. She is also a variety streamer, streams D&D, Final Fantasy, a bit of Dark Souls, and was my senpai while I played Sekiro, and would never have been in that game without them. And I guess we're doing this now, so we're all doing this. I'm not entirely sure. There you go.
What the fuck?
To anyone who doesn't come and watch these streams, this is the shit you're missing out on. Whoever's watching these VODs on YouTube, you gotta be alive for this shit. Oh my god.
It's the circle of life.
This is the weirdest version of the Brady Bunch show.
Oh no.
Oh my lord.
Josie, did I miss anything, or did I?
well, I am drinking an iced, slightly caffeinated, sugar-free drink, carbonated.
Excellent. There you
So
go.
the only one that's not drinking.
Well, it's barely noon. I was considering it, but
To be fair,
it's barely noon.
if any one of us has to be sober for this, it's gotta be Josie, because
No.
we would make
Yeah,
no
it's like-
progress.
Yeah.
For all.
In saying that,
Also, yeah, because I will let you know I'm a tired drunk.
Believe
You know
it or
what,
not,
I
we
feel
would get
that.
we get nowhere. We get nowhere.
So I would be like, y'all want a nap?
would you
Like,
believe that
truly.
I'm a quiet drunk?
No, shut the fuck up.
For me, it depends on my drinks, because apparently if I drink for Quarter League, I just whoop everyone's ass at coup.
Oh yeah,
oh,
Denny kicked our asses. It's true.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Her
And
first
what?
game of coup ever.
Coup?
What's
Like
coup?
little square things?
Oh, it's like,
Pigeons.
like,
Oh.
it's hard to explain. Well, I guess Roger would probably be the best to explain it, but it's a card game.
So the only one who fucking
It's-
heard that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
No, it's a coup's basically like a kind of like a bit of a hidden role deception kind of a game. You got a couple of roles and you take actions pretending like you are roles, and basically it's a last man standing kind of a thing. Lots of lying and calling bullshit on people and that kind of thing.
It's Among Us with pigeons. Got it.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, and that's how you play
Wonderful.
cool.
Can we play D&D now?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
I don't know. I like the end thing. That was.
No, we don't need to start that again. Don't need to start that again.
We'll play D&D. We'll play D&D. So, last week, you talked with your dearly departed friend Ted. You took her body to the morgue where Rudy had spent some time volunteering. And while Rudy took some time seeing to the body, Arthur and Nana found out that Pesty and Sin, from the traveling party of halflings that I met previously on the journey to the city, they were still in the city, and apparently the only remaining people from the tribe. You went there, and you confirmed Pesty's worst fears based on what he'd been told. You spent some time, you shared some thoughts, feelings, hot cocoa. Eventually you made your way back. You interred the body of Tishlohil into the local graveyard, and Nana, she lit the gray ground up with purple flowers. When you came back, you had a moment to yourselves to take in what had happened. You spent the last few days just idling around in the tavern. Gerald finished his project, and you then went to the boat, headed towards the Winter's Claw, a smaller boat that simply traveled across the rivers in between the icelands. You also realized that Pesty and Sin, they were going on the same boat. So you were going to travel together, possibly all the way to the city of Ebbenspire. But at least as far as to Trollhat and further to Southport. On the way, Gerald finally got to use his brand new spell and summoned the tiny hut. Where you spent most of the day, you were told by the captain, a Goliath named Greshar Grek, that it would take about the full day. By the hour after dusk, perhaps, you would arrive at the city of Trollhat. The boat, running on the currents, also propelled forward with massive oars by a pair of giants. You made good time. You headed forward. Some suffered from a minor case of motion sickness. But there came a point where the boat simply stopped, and climbing up the sides of the ship were some recognizable figures. Scaly, shark-like humanoids climbed up the sides of the ship, and at the back of the ship, a four-armed, large-sized creature stepped up. In this happening, the Goliath captain immediately ran for the ship cabin that had been locked. Apparently, they were taking a prisoner somewhere to be exiled. He ran in, one of the giants following, yelling at him to stop. And combat ensued as one of the Sahagins claimed they came looking for the heart, and it was on board the ship. Rudy and Goose stepped outside the safety of the tiny hut and ensued into combat with these creatures. One of the giants were caught in a paralysis from a spell and was then shunted overboard. Nana ran off to the side of the ship and summoned two octopi into the water to try and save the giant. And last we left off, the door to the cabin slammed open, the captain scrawling out and one of the giants being knocked to the side, as grunting, heaving, wearing a golden collar around their neck, stood Lena. And we come back in at the top of a new round of combat with Arthur.
Ah, heck.
This is exactly what
Lovely.
Arthur's gonna use. Heck, definitely.
And you can assume that the circle I've drawn is the perimeter of the tiny hut.
Ah.
Alright. So Arthur's gonna
Keep firing.
Pretty much. He's going to use one of his ice arrows.
Ooh.
He rolls 20.
Which one are you aiming at?
The one that I have been attacking, the big four-armed.
The big
Dude.
formed one? Go ahead.
Yeah.
20 definitely. It's feel free to roll damage.
Yes. Just double checking what that does. They deal an extra additional 1d6. Alright. I'm going to roll that now. So that's 4. Plus my damage. So that'll be 13.
13 points. With this, you knock, you draw, you loose. The arrow, the shining, icy tip, condensation through the air as it flies, hit the Sahagin Baron straight into the face. The arrow pierces, and as it turns around, you see frost forming around the side of its face as pieces of scales, hide, flesh just flakes off.
Ooh.
And it turns around. It raises its spear towards you. It staggers back 1 step, 2 steps, puts the spear down to hold itself, and then falls to the ground.
Ooh.
Oh.
Hey, nice.
It died of brain freeze.
Yeah.
The ultimate brain
Way
freeze.
worse
Yeah.
than ice
Oh,
cream.
Alrighty. He's
Alright,
to the
yeah.
ground. Arthur,
Yeah.
Arthur is pretty proud about that.
Honestly, that guy should have seen it coming. I mean, he was four-armed.
Speaking of, just to go off what Road you just said, there's only 4 left.
I was so ready for a panther to come out of that train cabin where Lena came out of, just skulking
Yeah.
out from the shadows.
Look, I've got the minis. I've got the minis right here, ready to go.
Yeah.
Alright.
But yeah, Arthur, you still have one more attack with your attack action, and then you got movement bonus action. You can keep firing if you want. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna
hold
just
on.
keep firing.
I need to. There we go. Update map.
Alright, which
Why is it
one
doing that?
is on the stairs? Yeah, the one on the stairs, I'm gonna attack.
The one on the stairs.
Yep, 20 to hit.
Yeah, 20 definitely hits. Yes.
This one's just normal arrows. 14 damage.
14 damage to that one. Hold on, just checking. 14 damage. Yeah. You fire off another arrow at the one that's locked in combat with Rudy, and you hit it in between the ribs, and it staggers back half a step, looks down, there's blood pouring out. Rudy, you'd see just all of a sudden there's an arrow sticking out of it, and it looks like it might have hit something important to the creature. Sounds like it's having a hard time breathing now.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Ah.
And just because I can, I'm gonna do another attack on him. Because
Go
I
for
can
it.
do that.
Wow.
La-di-da.
19 will hit.
I only got 19 this time, guys. I'm
Wow.
sorry.
Yeah, you know what?
Only
You're out of the team.
19? Wow.
Alright, I'm gonna have to do some damage to him. Look, it's an 8. I'm sorry, guys.
Only 8.
Only
Only
8.
8.
Wow.
Oh no. It's not like you
No,
basically single-handedly.
You lose
took down
you lose
Baron.
another arrow. This one sticks into the abdomen, and it now looks over towards you, starting to look around like, okay, the big one's fallen. It's starting to like look around. It's hesitating, taking like small movements backwards as this is happening.
Time to
Wanna move
intimidate,
anywhere?
guys.
You want to move anywhere?
No. I'm staying where I am.
This is just you just essentially created a pile bunker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Done.
pretty
I
much.
love
So good for me. So good.
Seems
for
to be
me.
working out.
And after Arthur, it is the octopi.
Yay! They kind of moved together, yeah?
Yeah, they have the same initiative.
Okay. I would like them both to bring the. I'm assuming one can't probably move a whole giant, so I need them both to grab the giant and bring him back on board. It says they can hold their breath for an hour, and I looked it up, and actually they can in real life too. That's pretty cool. Fun fact for today of octopus.
We're learning so much today.
I thought octopi could breathe underwater. What is this about?
It might be
Yeah,
an
no,
hour
they
out of the water.
just when they bring them up on deck, like they can't. They breathe underwater.
Well,
Sorry.
Yeah, I've assumed that you've summoned them in the water. You ran up to the edge and you basically just plopped them by the surface.
Yeah, basically. But if they bring them up on deck, they'll be okay because they can.
Yeah, so it's been 2 rounds since the giant went in, and I will say, as you send them down, not looking too bad. Looking, you're looking over the edge, and the water is again strangely clear.
Oh.
It's like looking down, you can see like a coral reef beneath you. It's like super clear tropical waters. And you can see further down, as you're looking over now, peering down, the giant seems to now be swimming upwards, apparently no longer caught within whatever spell was holding it.
That's good.
Aw, well, that's good.
Wait, are we gonna find the other creature that Nana summoned into swimming up to us as well? the giant please.
That would be long gone by now.
Oh, Ella?
I did
Ella,
have the
yeah.
thought of, is there a priestess corpse down there still, but I doubt it. I highly
Still
doubt
waiting
it.
for it. Yeah.
I'm sure I can retrieve that. Okay, well, they are gonna try and help him if they can, and then.
Yeah, I'd say considering that moving another creature puts you at half speed, they're helping each other. I'd say they could use their entire turn to get down to the giant and move it halfway towards. It's now 20 feet from the surface.
Yeah. Just help
So
them.
so
all.
they go down, grab hold to the giant, and they start like propelling upwards, and they're almost at the surface.
That's all I want. Beautiful.
Could it be like one under each foot and just propelling them up like a rocket?
God, I hope so.
They're octopi. They got the whole jet thing going.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
spewing ink as well, so it's like a rocket ship just like going
It'd be
like
so
zooming through the
cool.
water. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you guys want.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yay.
cool. I think probably their whole move then. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna do.
Following up that, we have our one and only Goose.
All right. So I got a bit of a plan. I want to do the mighty honky honk and enlarge Das Goose to its biggest size.
Don't say the
Oh
shit.
shit.
Wait, did we tell Denny how damaged Goose was, or?
Oh, I'm aware.
Me
He's
and
at
Denny-
like 28 hit points.
Oh, only 20.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, that case, cool.
28.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I actually forgot. Sorry.
No, good. Like we had to talk
28.
about it.
My max is
especially
39.
after coming up, going to Josie, and crying my eyes out after watching a VOD. But yes, I would like to attempt a grapple on Lena to try and stop her from raging.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Again, as you're looking around, their eyes are just bloodshot, just looking around erratically and just standing there, taking in what's going on around. A grapple check is essentially one of your attacks. So you expend an attack to do a grapple. What you do is you roll I do believe you choose athletics or acrobatics, and then the opposing party does the same, and whoever rolls highest wins. If it's
Alright.
a tie, the defendant wins.
Okay. Well, definitely going with athletics with that +6.
Yeah.
Here we go. 16.
I have a +9 modifier, but I
no.
rolled a 6, so I get a 15.
Ooh, just.
Damn.
Elena, no, please.
Goose, you let out a honk, your form swelling in size, and you just grab a hold of Lena, holding them back against the doorway to the cabin.
And I try to. Grease is gonna go in and just be like, Lena, we are your friends. Please do not fight us. We will help you as best we can.
Yeah, Lena's eyes lock in you, and they just go. Just.
It's gonna be fine.
Anything else you want to do? You do have a bonus action.
Yeah, wrote you. Just yep. Gonna stay awake.
Sure not.
I guess just take that moment to like just try and brace as best I can. Prepare for any sort of attack that Lena might do.
Yeah, I will say, considering if Lena wants to break free, it's another one of these checks, and if you were raging, you would have advantage.
Ah, damn it! Can I
You
still?
still have your bonus. Yeah, you still have your bonus action. You could do the
All
grapple
right.
first, and then you could rage, like in preparation for whenever Lena pushes back.
Okay, yeah, I'll go with that. Let's get a rage going.
So you're just
It's
pretty much mimicking
Oh,
what
rage,
Lena's doing
not rage.
towards you. To start.
Just yelling at each other like.
Goose rage.
Everyone else is just like,
Yeah, the spellcaster's like, we're just gonna be here. We're just gonna deal with these things.
You got glowing red eyes and then glowing yellow eyes.
they need a moment.
Yeah, there's
They're
really a lot
having
of
a
tension
moment.
in the air.
They're
over there.
just having a moment.
Just
Okay?
yelling at
It's-
each other's
it's a-
faces.
They're just they're talking rage with each other.
Yeah,
It's
it's-
It's fine.
communicating
they're
in
communicating.
anger.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think
yeah,
I
like-
have that as one of my languages.
No, I don't think any of us do.
No, it's a specialized language.
Right.
You have to take it.
Okay.
It's a
yep.
feat.
It's a feat.
Gerald,
That's Monka TOS.
You have to take
No.
it as an elective, okay?
Yes.
we've got Gerald next up.
Okay, so I know immediately seeing this collar, as you mentioned, that is the collar, in fact, that our party only just recently delivered into the supposedly safe hands of the Midwinter Council.
Yes.
And now we've got a Midwinter wearing one where Gerald specifically said the only thing you have to not do with this collar is to wear it.
Yeah,
So,
I was there for that. I heard that.
The
Yeah.
question, yeah, but
Yeah.
the question is
How?
someone just really stupid, or was this
Yeah.
planned?
well, this has to be planned. No one can possibly be that stupid. Arthur didn't even put on the collar. You know?
No, that's
Fair, fair.
true. Poor Orby.
Orby!
So,
I think, which is pretty harsh considering I do want to remember Arthur having shitty charisma but decent intelligence.
yeah. So, my question is, Josie, because I had identified it when we had it in our possession.
Yeah, I will say Gerald is the one who would realize this is the color that you had in your possession because you were the one who spent the most time with it.
Yeah. Would that give me...
The others would probably just know it looks like one of them.
Yeah,
And the
they'd
fact that
recognize
she's
it
got
as a
glowing
collar,
red eyes.
but I recognize it as the collar.
Gerald would, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So what I want to know is whether Gerald believes that from his knowledge, dispel magic, would it be possible to release the necklace or release the choker? From what
Yes,
I've
you
identified.
would. From
of
your
it.
identify, you would. Yes, it would temporarily alleviate the effect and cause it to unclasp.
Yes, excellent. Well, that is what I'm going to do with my final spell slot. I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on the collar.
Okay. And what level are your spell slots?
They are 3rd level.
I'm then going to need you to do a charisma check.
Okay. Wish me luck, because it's
You got
DC 10 plus spell level.
Yeah. So you roll d20, just your charisma.
Okay.
And, hope it's enough.
Oh, natural 20, baby! Yes!
20.
Fuck yes!
What we
Oh, that's
want.
the time we need it. Total of 24. Natural
Thanks,
20.
Sue.
Boom.
You reach out your hand, you focus, you know how this color works, you spend time with it, you've examined it in great detail. You have the effects, its capabilities in mind, and you just bring out magic, channeling it through the rod that you've crafted yourself. The handle, the fibers of the wood starts glowing as if embers are being brought to life within. And there's a mirage, a heat wave goes through the air. And as you're standing there, Goose, facing off against Lena, it gets warm all of a sudden, like painfully warm around you, as you can see the color itself looks like it's starting to burn, but it's leaving no marks on Lena, and then it just falls off. And Lena falls limp to the ground, just falls to their knees. And just, not dead, but just pretty much passes out on the ground as the collar clunks to the deck of the ship.
I suppose because Goose was still grappling Lena, like, probably just like...
Yeah, but it's more like a... Huh.
Yeah.
It's...
Now you're holding a giant.
Into a hug.
Definitely.
A raging hug.
Beautiful.
You hear bones cracking.
Goose, goose.
The gentle embrace of Dust Goose. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't check my windows.
Next door neighbors.
I'm sorry.
Wonderful.
My neighbors don't need to hear me raging out.
Especially
Yeah,
in
but Lena falls limp, seemingly passing out in your arms, Goose, and the collar falls, just clunking down with a heavy metallic thud against the ship's deck.
And Gerald's like, oh, I didn't think that would actually work. Someone quickly grab that collar. Keep it safe.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Well, I guess I'll be out of turn if Goose could grab it.
Yeah,
Would that be out of turn?
It would. I'd say it's. You could probably currently, with just a free action, just scoot it closer towards you with your foot, like just grab it, drag it with the foot to make sure it's closer, but you can't pick it up.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Step on it.
Oh, well.
And anything for a bonus action or a movement for Gerald?
Oh, I think... Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Josie, but I think that the first spell that I had cast was probably a hex. Would that be right? Do you know have you got any of your creatures listed as hexed?
No, it was killed by Arthur.
Ah, very good.
So you can move your
yes,
hex.
then I shall move my hex.
Which one?
On to whichever one has been the most pummeled so far.
It would be this one.
Cool. Yep, and it'll
It's
be
looking
strength
pretty
for.
shit. Yes, I have it marked.
Looking pretty shit.
Looking pretty shit.
App description.
He's had better days.
Yeah, it
Big ones
also
for sure, Dad.
it's carrying similar knickknacks to the priestess, where it has like small little talismans on loops and string.
Oh yeah.
And
It could be handy.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it. I make sure that every bit of me is back inside the tiny hut, and I'm just like.
You can take a step back. Safe.
Love it.
The one Sahagin that's climbed up above the cabin, that's like the half floor up where the helm itself is going to look around, seeing that one of its comrades has fallen, and another one is on the brink of death. It's just going to look around, and it's going to... I think it's going to... Yeah. It's going to pretty much. It starts chanting in the Sahagin language. You can't
No.
tell what it's saying,
No,
and it holds its hands out, and it almost seems to be beckoning, asking. It just closes its eyes, almost as it goes into deep prayer, and you can see it looks like the deck. The deck of the ship starts to almost bubble, as if it's turning to a roiling water, and then all around you, let's see, it's a 20-foot radius.
Oh no.
Every one of you is caught in blackness.
Oh.
Even in the
All of a
hut?
sudden,
It-
well,
It wouldn't. It would be black
Can-
outside the hut, but not inside.
yeah.
the
So
hut. We still couldn't
yeah,
see
so you
anyone.
couldn't see outside. Essentially, it's a 20-foot radius that would be centered here, so it would encompass the entire hut and
Mhm.
all the way to here, and then let's see, out there. Basically, just this
Oh.
this whole thing is now just darkness.
Bloop.
It's
Enveloping
cold.
me.
Everyone caught within it. You immediately start feeling cold, and it's just darkness all around you, and you're just starting to shiver, starting to freeze. Even with your clothes, you're dressed for the cold, but it's just creeping into your skin. You can't see anything. Even sounds seem muffled, as the creature has cast Hunger of Hadar.
Oh
And is
shit!
then going to hop off the fucking edge of the boat.
Wow.
Ah, he
Rudy-
just ditches.
Rudy had a great one-liner for him, and he's fucking bailed. Damn it.
Aw.
I'm
You
so
can still
angry.
say it because you're like not sure if he's still there.
I'll say it
Yeah.
to this one, but it won't mean the same.
Aw.
And after that, it is Lena's turn, and Lena is immediately going to have to
Take a
make
nap?
a dex save.
Thought maybe
And
you did.
Lena succeeds. Lena takes no, Lena takes nothing because Lena is a frost giant and is immune to the cold.
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
So never mind.
Okay, Lena.
Nana, I need you to make a dex save. It's your turn. You're stuck in this frigid, cold darkness.
Does Lena say anything though?
Guys, be
by the way?
kind.
No, Lena is knocked
Nope.
out. This was
Oh.
pretty much just to.
Mm-mm.
Lena's unconscious, but not like dead or dying.
I don't
Okay,
think 9 is gonna cut it, Josie.
9 is not gonna cut it. You
9.
take 8 cold damage.
Ooh.
Is Chili in here? 1, 2. Wait, hold on. Let's not fix my health that way. Let's actually add the damage on. Yeah, okay, that's a much better way to do that. Cool. That's fun. I'm guessing it's my turn now. He's freezing.
Yeah.
Josie, so
It's freezing.
that Sahagins just see it on out of here. He's not even in the water to.
Well, you wouldn't know because you can't see for shit right now.
Oh, this is true. Very true. Well, my octopodes are helping someone.
Yeah.
Let me just see something real quick. No, that's concentration. If you're doing a concentration spell, you can't do another spell, can you?
You can as long as the other one is not also concentration.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's what I meant to check. Actually, I just didn't. I don't see that wild shape is in the.
It's not a
Is in
spell. It should be in
concentration.
your features.
Yeah.
No, I think if you cast a spell before wild shaping, you can concentrate while being wild shaped.
Okay. Cool. Can I? Oh no. Can I turn into a bunyip and jump off the edge and try and catch him? The other
Ooh,
Sneaky little-
nice.
Sneaky little
Well,
sneaker.
you wouldn't know that he's jumped into the water because you wouldn't
Oh,
see it
yeah.
happening.
And he
Mm,
was on the other side of the boat as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
That's true. Well, I guess in that case, I can't see anything. Maybe I'll just start running towards the towards
You
where
would
the battle
be able
was.
where, yeah, because the one thing you would have to go on is you would be able to feel pretty much the barrier of the tiny hut still behind you.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, perhaps I will just do my little produce flame cantrip and start running towards where.
Yeah,
The
you produce a
last
flame
person
and it barely even lights up your own hands.
Son of a. Okay. We're gonna run to where we assume the battle is going.
Okay, so you
we're
want to
gonna get as close
run,
as
you
we
go
can.
5, 10, 15, and then you basically run into the calf of an enlarged dust goose.
Oh, perfect.
Goose
Oh,
belly.
hello, Goose. Is
Ah,
that you?
Is that you? No.
That's me.
Oh, what are you doing?
Oh,
It's so
just-
dark. Are you
I
okay?
can't see anything.
Come closer, come closer. We'll hold it together.
All right.
More hugs.
I'm gonna
More hugs.
stay there. With
And
with
you
Dark
realize
Goose.
running across the deck, it sounds like you're running when there's like a faint layer of liquid on the ground. It sounds like you're running in puddles. And you
Ah.
start feeling a burning sensation on your feet.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
And you take 5
Oh.
acid damage.
Oh.
Damage.
Oh,
Alright.
wrong. You get to do a dexterity save.
Oh, okay. It's. I don't think it'll be any better than last time, but we will see.
You can do it, Nana.
I can do it
You
now.
believe?
I
believe.
think that's just a 0. I think the B is just a 0.
No, the B is a
Oh,
20.
No, it's a natural
It's
20.
a natural 20.
So
Okay.
you take no acid.
Oh, beautiful.
Hey.
I think it's a 0.
Do we not have a 0 on the die?
No.
I've never looked at every single side.
I mean, there are die that have zeros on them, but it's not.
Congratulations on your first natural 20, Cuddly.
Oh no, that's not my first natural 20. That was
Well,
just a mistake.
then
That makes it worse.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Exactly what your shirt is
Yeah.
saying, Rochi. Exactly what your shirt's saying.
Cool. Well, that's fun.
Yeah, nice.
After that, it is indeed the Sahagin priestess turn, who looks around and curses in common and says, "I'm still here," and then
Yeah, I know, you're in front of me.
and then just curse you, and Rudy just hears a thud.
Ah, I didn't get to say any of my one-liners. Rudy was gonna say,
Yay.
dispel this one, bitch, and hit him with a harder spell. Fuck. I'm so upset. So
Yeah.
upset.
And
Oh.
Make it
you're
canonical that
starting-
Rudy never gets to be sassy.
you're starting to feel around, and you hear a loud splashing noise, and then you hear something coming over the edge, and all of a sudden the darkness just vanishes, and you can
Ooh.
see the octopi has indeed brought the other frost giant up onto the ship.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the darkness is gone. The tiny hut is still there. Lena unconscious in Goose arms. The collar on the ground. The captain pretty much just looks like he's hiding under one of the stairs.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah, reasonable.
Mhm. I will.
Just looks around, and you can see also on the ship you have the body of the four-armed Sahagin and another Sahagin priestess.
Right.
Arthur's gonna pretty much start looting. The
Joe
four arm men.
Joe goes, quick, Goose, bring Lena and the collar into the tiny hut, quickly.
Goose picks up the collar, just kind of like pockets it, then picks up Lena and brings them inside. Hopefully to find like a
and
bed
then
or somewhere she
of
can
course
rest,
they
or
both
they can rest.
both the collar and Lena bounce off the tiny hut, because they weren't in it when the spell was cast.
Oh, I was gonna go back into the captain's quarters, see if there's a bed in there.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start. I'm just gonna like inside the tiny hut. I'm gonna spend that 10 minutes to Oh no, but I'd still need to be. Oh, I know what I'll do.
Goose said that he was bringing Lena back into the cabin.
Oh, back into the cabin. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, and in the cabin there is indeed a bed. There's also what looks to be like a little brig, like there's a wrought iron, like pretty much just cage in there that has been opened. Key still inside it. There's also a desk. There's a bed. There's a bit of a wash basin. The bed looks like it could maybe hold Lena. Their feet would probably stick out.
Well, I don't want to put Lena back in the cage if that's where they were. I want to put them in like a nice comfy bed. So Goose will attempt the smaller bed.
Yeah, and you eventually get Lena in there, and Lena is breathing, but you see something similar happening to what you've seen before. Lena is definitely breathing, but there's a moment when they seem to just get ever so slightly more gaunt. Like there's within a few seconds, there's like a month's worth of atrophy happening to the body as they just seem to almost shrink a little bit.
Goose calls out to Gerald, Rosie, get in here quick!
Yep.
Gerald looks to the hut, looks to where Goose is calling from, looks to the hut, and is like, all right.
Gerald, get your ass out of here!
Dead sprint without looking anywhere else, just sprints to the...
As soon as you leave the hut, it just like a bubble just vanishes. And you do feel the boat has started to move again.
Oh, that's
and
good.
as you're running through, the captain is like looking over the edge, and yells to the giants, "Looks like we're moving again. Let's get to troll out before anything else happens." And you see running along the river on the ice a pack of wolves.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, so I get in there.
The octopi are just hanging out on deck right now.
Sick. That's
They're just
perfect
like,
for them.
hello.
I feel like they're just kind of like touching the giant that they helped. They're like patting his kneecap, and he's just,
and he stands up and looks towards the octopi, looks around, and just like, thanks. I don't know what happened, but I'm fucking glad to be alive.
He must be the Australian one.
Yeah, he's the Aussie one.
Yeah.
And after the captain shouts both the giants, the one who's like just drenched, they walk up and they just start rowing again.
Oh, straight back to it. Goddamn.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think because the octopi can just hang out for a little while. You're just gonna
keep themselves occupied.
One of them like puts two tentacles on the row and like pretends to help him, like. And it's like the giant just feels too awkward to make it. I guess you can help me.
The giant doesn't have the energy to care at this point.
He's probably like, oh, great help.
Kind of watching, because they're pretty fun. You know, like they're probably just fucking around on deck, touching stuff. They're very inquisitive, yeah. So they're just gonna hang out for a little while, and then when they can't breathe anymore, they'll probably just go back in the water and head out. Actually, they're only here for an hour, so
yeah. So they'll just
can hang out.
They just hang out.
Yeah. Hang out, in and out. Nana is gonna check on Sin and Pesty just to make sure that they're.
Yeah, they as soon as the hut pops, they're just sitting there, and there's a mixture of excitement and terror on Sin. Like she looks like,
yeah,
that was amazing, but A bit too close. And Pesty is just white. Just.
Nana's gonna sit around in her bag.
He's holding what looks like a dagger, and he's sitting on his knees in front, like he's placed himself between where everyone was and Sin, and he's holding a dagger out with both hands, but he just looks like it's just so pale, no color left to him.
Oh, poor Pesty.
He was not built for the adventuring life, that one.
No.
And
Nana will.
He will look at Nana and go, I assume it's over then. Yeah? Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
First battle. First
Yep.
ones are always the worst, and she starts digging for a snack for them. Like probably more cookies.
Yep.
Well, there's wild beast in game is one thing. That was completely different.
You know, I wasn't really expecting the giant bubble of dark, but other than that, woo! Woo!
And he just puts the dagger away and just sits for a moment, and then he just slumps like no.
All right, here you go. Let Nana take care of you. And she'll just sit with them for a little while and let everyone else deal with Lena for now.
Yeah, and as you're coming closer to Sin, will also just put a hand on his shoulder. Not really saying much. She still looks feverish, like very flushed, very tired. And in the cabin, who has all run into the cabin?
I've run in. I
Gerald,
presume.
Rudy?
Yep.
What's Arthur doing?
Arthur's
what
gonna
is
get. So, Arthur's got a big head right now because the way he
Of course he
just
does.
took them all out.
Yeah.
So he's sort of chest out, slowly walking over to the four-armed guy to start looting. He hasn't noticed the boat has started moving again, so just get ready for that.
His ego's so great, it has overcome seasickness.
Pretty
what you're
much,
saying?
pretty
Wow.
much at this point in time.
Nice.
He wants to go over to the full-armed person and basically start looting the body.
The four-armed Sahagin
Yes, that's it.
is carrying. It's wearing some sort of armor on it. Looks like it's made out of some sort of shells and barnacles, and it's wearing some sort of armor, but it looks big and it's very aquatic. But it's also carrying a spear.
Yeah.
And the spear looks like it's made out of sharpened seashells, like a large conch shell that has been sharpened on the edge to a point, and is then stuck to what looks to be driftwood that has been formed into a long shaft.
Alright.
And that's all it has.
That's just efficient resource use right there.
Yeah, that's what you got.
So,
got, yeah.
so now he wants to go over to the other one, but as he starts walking towards, looking at the side of the boat, he notices landmarks are actually moving. So then he sort of just takes a few steps and goes, oh.
Runs past the priestess, goes straight for the railing. Ugh.
sort of like hold it in, still chest out, just and he sort of just walks over, looks around, and then yonders over the side.
Chunder.
And then he sort of is gonna just sort of lay down and sort of crawl over to the other body and try and loot him in between spewing.
Pretty sure one of the is coming. Be like,
The other body isn't carrying any actual weapons. It just has this pretty much like a belt made out of some sort of rope or braided long seaweed, and it just there's knickknacks hanging on loops on this belt.
Alright, so he's also going to take the shell armor, the spear, and the belt, because...
Okay.
Smelling stuff.
he's gonna
Belt
start.
with rope.
Yeah.
Seaweed. And now he's pretty much going to stay next to the boat and spew off the side of it, because that's up.
You go into the cabin then. Goose, you've laid Lena down on the bed in this cabin. Pretty much hanging with the knees on the edge of the bed. Feet are just dangling in the air. Lena is looking gaunt, withered but alive.
Lena, can you hear us? Please speak to us.
There's no response.
Gerald, Rudy, can you check her, make sure she's all right? Okay, sorry.
Gerald, I mean, obviously, if Rudy doesn't make an immediate move, Gerald will just, not knowing what else to do, just cast Spare the Dying just in case.
Yeah, and if you go to cast Spare the Dying, you realize quickly the spell doesn't seem to take hold.
She's alive, that's good. Rudy, can you bring her to?
Yeah.
She looks...
Yeah,
they look very troubled.
Gerald, if you could do your wizardy thing and see if there's any current spells on Lena affecting her, that would be, I reckon, the first step. I'll also just do a quick once over to see if there's any injuries with a medicine check to be a bit meta.
Make a medicine
19.
I also grab the collar as well.
Yeah. You have the collar. And 19 medicine check. You can't see any like wounds really. It just looks almost like Lena just looks dehydrated, malnourished, as if just completely drained of sustenance. You'd expect this to be like someone who has been malnourished for weeks, maybe months.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Can Rudy also...
Go on.
I was going to say, can Rudy also cast Detect Magic himself?
You can.
And while Rudy does that, Gerald's going to ritual cast Identify with Lena as the focus, just in case there's any magical effects on her at the moment. Oh, keep saying her, them.
I'd say there is Detect Magic. There's an effect on Lena happening right now. There's a magical, you get vibes of necromancy.
Yeah, that's all Rudy was looking for. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, and it's faint. It's very faint, but it's like encompassing the entirety of Lena's body.
Right. Really good. Okay, so Goose and Gerald, just be a bit careful. I do detect faint hints of. Wait, is necromancy like a school of magic Gerald would know, as in be aware of?
Gerald would definitely.
Okay, cool. I just didn't know whether it was like undead, where it was like something that wasn't really known across the land.
No. Necromancy is a lot.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm definitely detecting necromancy here, Gerald. Some form of necrotic energies, highly likely through the collar, I reckon. But it's
good to know.
It's enveloping Lena in their entirety.
I wouldn't have thought that the collar would have any lasting effects, but let me finish this ritual, and I should know soon enough what the nature of the magic is.
Can we get rid of it off of her?
I'm hoping so. Once I find out what it is, then we'll know how to deal with it.
Okay. Goose will just like give a little pat on the head and then like get up and kind of step back, let Joan and Rudy do their thing.
Oh, Goose, stay close. Rudy will attempt to cast prayer of healing, which is up to 6 creatures within my choice that I can see within range. Each regain hit points, and I'm going to cast it at the 3rd level, just to sort of bash out some.
And it also takes 10 minutes, I believe. So if you start praying, and by the time Gerald is finished with his, you'd be similar time-ish.
I suppose that'd give everyone time to, whoever needs healing, time to gather as well.
So 21 health to Goose, myself. Who else was damaged? Was anyone else damaged?
Oh, I was, but I'm kind of out by the people.
It is
so...
30 feet.
It is whoever you can see. So if you were standing in the stair, like in between the cabin and the deck, you could then you could do it.
All right, that's exactly what I've done. So there you go, Nana, 21 health as well.
Yeah.
Thank ya.
Yay.
And when the identify spell, because I do believe it says you get any magical effects affecting a creature.
Yes, so if instead you touch a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
Here comes some finicky. It's not a spell.
Spell-like effect, I think, would still...
It would constitute as a spell-like effect. It is a curse.
Yeah, I believe Identify does show curses per...
It does not.
As... Oh, really?
It does not identify cursed effects on items, but it could identify the curse itself.
Ah, gotcha.
So if you're identifying an item, it wouldn't tell you if the item has a curse on it. But if someone's attuned to it and you identify the creature, you could get snap up on the curse effect.
Thank you, I learned a thing. Okay.
The more you know.
All right, so basically... Yeah, so I'm sensing that it's not a spell that has cursed Lena, but something else.
It's a lingering curse that seemed to take hold as soon as the collar was removed.
Right, that's new and not nice.
And it seems the curse simply stole energy from Lena. Is what it's doing. It's just seeping away at Lena's life force.
So I relay this to Rudy. Rudy, this seems to be a little bit outside of my realm. I was hoping it would be a magic that I could dispel, but I believe this might be more in your realm. Some sort of curse, perhaps, or of similar ilk. Do you have anything that can deal with curses?
Not to my knowledge. I haven't really had to deal with any curses.
Would Lesser Restoration take care of it? Or something like that?
I believe Greater is the one that pokes curses.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Rudy doesn't have any knowledge really in dealing with curses. At all. Full stop.
Might need to go through your spells and double check.
Yeah.
I don't know who has the curse. Friggin'.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Bear with me for 2 seconds, guys.
I'm just doing a quick spell check as well.
Oh, at this point, it's been well and truly a minute, so Goose is back.
Third level, remove curse.
Tiny Goose.
Cleric, Paladin, Warlock, Wizard spell.
Not yet, but I'm hoping to whip out a Tiny Goose soon.
So yeah, you
Not
should.
Like that.
You should. So Rudy, you should have it. Remove curse. Third level.
Yeah, see?
That's you, Diddy.
I didn't realize it until it was already out of my mouth. Like, oh no.
I didn't even realize until you said that.
But while they're having a talk, what's going on with Nana outside?
I feel like Nana has probably pulled out her bedroll just in case Pessy didn't have one, and just kind of blanketed him up with his little snack, and just, you know, Sin just kind of is checking on Sin every now and then. Probably has gone over to Arthur to make sure that he's doing all right.
He's fine, just seasick.
Yeah, well, one of the octopi, while they're still there, is kind of like, patting him and like holding his hair with one hand and just patting with the other. And the other one's still trying to row. So that's just what they're doing at this point, and everyone's just like, I wish I could leave. And I think she may poke her head in, since everyone else is kind of doing all right. She might poke her head into the cabin just to make sure that everyone in there is okay. Probably understandably worried when she sees the signs of hunger. She's like, oh my god, don't even fucking. And everyone's like, calm down, you can't fix this with a cookie.
But the soup, maybe.
Maybe soup, yeah. She does want to get her soup on, but like it's a wooden boat, so I feel like a fire.
I was just about to ask, like, are you gonna ask the captain if it's okay if you light a fire on the boat?
And the completely wooden boat.
Yeah, no, 400 years, and I think she might be a little wiser than that. Although, who knows, really? So.
She might just give less of a shit.
She probably doesn't. Yeah. Yeah, she's gonna just kind of poke into the cabin and then hang around worriedly, like food. Like I can make food. Like you won't so that's that's what she's gonna be doing, I think.
Yeah. When you're poking your head in, there seems to be like a lot of magic-y jargon going on between Gerald and Rudy.
Oh, good.
Sorry, I'm back.
Yes. Yeah. Rode, you pointed out that you do have an available, maybe not prepared, but there is a 3rd level spell called Remove Curse.
Excellent. Well, Rudy never actually having the spell he needs in the moment because he doesn't realize he's going to need it in the moment. In that case, Rudy does actually have knowledge of curse removal and retracts his previous statement and says, yes, Gerald, I absolutely, let me take a nice...
I don't know anything about curse removal, except for this spell called Remove Curse.
Well, it could literally be that Rudy has never stumbled upon a curse, but he might have.
Absolutely.
Even though he hasn't seen a curse himself, he might have, in his studies, in his upbringing, he might have, been told, hey, if you see a curse, this is what you do.
Remove it.
These are the magical hand motions. Okay, so, yeah, let's forget the meta babble. Gerald, you know what? Maybe, I don't think I have anything on hand, but maybe if we just... Give me a bit of time. I'll meditate. I'll see if I can, maybe I'll try to,
You need some time to prepare, Rudy?
I'll prepare. I'll meditate. I'll pray. All those good things.
Whatever it is you do, that's fine. But you can take care of this, yes?
I think so. I believe so.
All right. Well,
it's just going to take a bit of time. That's all.
What if they continue to get drained, though? That's my concern. Do we have who else again can provide healing while you recover? Nana, of course.
Well, everybody, apparently. Everyone thinks they're a healer these days. Arthur with his ring,
Rudy.
Nana with her herbs, and I wouldn't be surprised if Goose has a healing potion somewhere tucked away beneath his feathers.
Oh, good point. I do have a healing potion on me. That could work. But no, I think we let Nana take care of Lena. I think Nana is most suited to well, we all know how well Nana takes care of us. So I'm sure Lena would be in good hands. Nana? Didn't notice you right behind me.
Josie, quick question. No, it's specifically, never mind. I was gonna say if Rudy's,
we'll put it like this. We'll put it like this. Save it. And as Nana comes in to check, the captain says, "We're nearing the location. Get prepared to disembark." And those on deck can see lanterns coming towards at the edge, and we'll go on a quick break.
Oh, there we go.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, I will be right back.
Yeah, actually, I will need to...
I'm just imagining Nana just stuffing good berry after good berry into Lena's mouth.
Okay, look, maybe. You don't know.
Eat!
Just a good berry puree,
It's just like
with a
laying there,
funnel
like
and just.
Oh,
clearly
yeah.
unconscious.
Well, she's
How
got no
dare
way to
you
puree
call
it.
them good berries. They're great
Like
berries.
great berries.
wonderful
Good berry is a
berries.
great berry.
How dare you?
But we don't have any blenders, so I guess Nana would have to baby bird it to her.
Nope. Nope. Alright. Real quick break. I'll be right back.
Okay. Eating several good berries is going to give you major indigestion? Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably.
I mean, because one single good berry is supposed to be enough to, like, keep you fed for an entire day,
It
right?
says it has enough nourishment, but it doesn't say anything about volume.
Oh, that's true.
Oh.
So it's more like a power pill.
So basically, if you want to gain a lot of weight fast, you just, like, pound the good berries until you're full. And it's like having, like, a week's worth of like...
Well, it's you know the body can only absorb so much in a day.
Yeah, that's true as well. But you'd be
You
able to
probably
maximize.
wouldn't get much benefit. Yeah. There'd be a point where you just get no benefit anymore.
Maximize your caloric intake through good berries.
Oh, that would
I just can't believe how OP Arthur is with his bow at the moment.
Look,
Yeah.
Arthur, I think I did some quick some dumb math, and
Quick
I
math.
think Arthur has the highest damage dealt total. Like if we would just add up all the damage you dealt throughout the campaign, I think Arthur takes the top.
Which is very surprising because it's Arthur.
Yeah, well, you only started dealing damage once you
Pulled out the
succumbed
bow.
to using the bow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, when I actually started doing ranger stuff.
Yeah.
When you came to the conclusion, fine, I'm not a bard.
Fine, I guess I'll shoot my arrows.
Instead of trying to make friends with everything. I'll just
But I do
shoot.
like the idea. I do like the idea of this like really rambunctious, obnoxious elf who's just like, I'm gonna poke him with a stick. I'm a healer. I use magic, and they're like shit at a lot of things, and then finally like, fine, take out the bow and just like Robin Hood's it, like splitting arrows on arrows. Like fine.
That is actually pretty much a sum up of
Oh.
Arthur, yes.
I'll
is-
poke
that
it
is
with a
perfect.
torch.
Yeah, that is.
I'll try and wrestle it.
Like, and then eventually just be like, fine.
You actually.
Ozzy, what were you gonna ask?
It's a Darcy trying to be clever again.
No, go ahead.
No,
No,
yeah,
do it.
I was wondering if Rudy's never hunger again, because it specifically says that it can counteract disease and poison status, whether it would affect curses as well. However, I don't think it does.
Very
No,
different.
Because curses are magical in nature, which never hunger again.
I mean, but they're getting pretty hungry, so maybe.
Oh, that's right. You guys don't know that shit.
But
You know what I mean?
yeah.
No, I meant like Lena. Did Lena have all
Oh, yeah,
the
Lena-
kind of
yeah.
sucked in? It's malnourishment. I feel like never hunger again works here, you know? As the definite professional DM that I am.
Okay. Well, you're
What's
taking
the
over the
bee
rest
on
of
the
the
dice?
Wow, yeah, go for it, Cuddaloo.
It's Cuddly's
Now I've said it.
Cuddly
Alright.
hour.
We'll do one day. Look. We'll do like this. We'll do like 100,000 channel point redemption thing where it says cuddly one shot.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
Sarah,
Oh, no.
I would
Every
be
stream is gonna
100%
have-
here for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I don't want to take spotlight away from that because I absolutely love that idea, but I am trying to figure out the Call of Cthulhu stuff, and I'd love to ultimately do a one-shot campaign.
Oh my god.
If the green screen would stop, there we
There
go.
you
A Call of Cthulhu
I-
campaign with
I
everyone
got an
involved.
idea!
Yeah.
I got an idea!
Yeah?
October!
I have the same box.
Yeah, for Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like all of October. We do,
Are you about to go like, oh my god, I just had an idea. Let's play a one shot of Call of Cthulhu? And Denny's like, what the hell?
Wow, Ozzy, that's such a good idea. That's such a good idea.
all of October? Like, I don't
Imagine
know.
if no one had ever mentioned that.
Yeah,
I don't know,
wow.
we're here too high.
I don't know if I can do a whole month
Then
of
Denny
DM,
run
but
it.
it's worth a
Fuck.
try. I have to learn how to run a Call of Cthulhu campaign.
Yeah, I've never played Call of Cthulhu. I'd love to. That'd be great.
Call of Cthulhu was my first tabletop RPG.
Oh,
Really? How'd it go?
It was so good. It was so good. It was wild. There's just so much going on in Call of Cthulhu because it's like there's very little rules when it comes to actual stuff. It's very much up to the DM or the lore keeper.
Lawkeeper.
I think
I
it's
like
called. I do believe it's called lore keeper or storyteller or something.
I
like
prefer
that.
Disaster Tour Guide.
Yes, my gatekeeper.
Fair. It's like there are still like success and fails on rolls, but you already know because it's on your own sheet based on your own stats, so you
Right.
know if you succeeded on something or not.
Ah.
And then it's just the game master runs the game, and it's just so narrative. It's all up to. It's like 90% RP.
Hey, boy, thank you so much for
That's
So much
gifting
roleplay.
subs
Much
out
like
to
our
both
game.
Denny and Fester Underdog. Congrats.
And
man.
probably more eldritch horror and definite
lovely.
chance of dying.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. There's also sanity involved.
Yay.
Like,
Yep. You can definitely lose your mind.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support.
There was.
It's good to be back.
And there's also like the funniest thing about Call of Cthulhu is probably like the tables, because there are actual like insanity tables, like short-term, long-term insanity. If you lose too much sanity in one roll,
I'm having a
was
look
just-
now. There's a lot of fun looking
there's
stuff.
just I have to tell you about one session of Call of Cthulhu I was in where I was playing with my friend. Because we were doing a few introductions. Basically, the GM at the time was running me and my friend, just the two of us, through like a tutorial, like 2-3 sessions, and then once we were up to stuff, we would be introduced into the main group and join like the big table. And our like tutorial adventure was very special. It was a vampire adventure, and in Call of Cthulhu, vampires don't need blood; they can also eat carrots. So we found a house filled with carrots,
I mean, of course.
and there was a few things happened that caused my friend's character to roll on the insanity table and get the short term I think it just said strange sexual desires on the table, and the DM was like, oh well, there's carrots about, and you're playing a female character.
No.
Have fun.
No!
And afterwards my character walks in, and my character had a full facial burn because of my friend's character who threw an oil lamp in my face.
Oh, God.
And so then my friend's character had to roll a sanity check after seeing my character's face.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
And then rolled again on the short-term insanity table and rolled strange eating disorder and proceeded to eat said carrot.
Oh!
Oh, my God.
Oh.
What a time
It's
for
a
me to have a
choice.
mouthful.
It's a
Oh,
choice.
my Lord.
I mean, there are definitely people out there where that is, you know,
That is
would
prime
be-
content
And
for...
that- yeah.
But as the
Okay.
as the boat comes up to the docks, lanterns hanging about. There's a few like really powerful ones. As you're coming closer, you can definitely see them. And as you're talking, you're having these discussions. You start packing your stuff up to get ready to disembark. The boat comes to a stop, and a gangplank is lowered from the boat down to the ice.
Arthur runs straight off the boat and start kissing the ice.
I hope his lips get stuck to it too.
No, it's like there's a layer of snow, but it's cold.
Damn it.
It's cold.
And since it's dark out by now, sun has set. All dark vision is in black and white, so Arthur has no idea if the snow is white or yellow.
Well, his taste of Yeah, it's definitely no, hang on, I need another try. I might have to go for a third try.
God.
No.
So how we? Okay, Lena hasn't woken up yet, so I'm
No.
assuming we're gonna have to try and carry her out. I don't think Goose can hold an ice giant by himself.
Can try.
Although, wait, hang on.
Well-
what about the captain and his ice giants?
Hold on.
Yeah.
That's on. They could definitely help, but I will say, Goose, you do have your upgraded relic ability.
I do.
Ooh.
Do I need to do
Upgraded
anything
relic
special
ability?
for that?
No,
or can
it's
I
a
just roll
passive.
a...
It's a passive. It just is.
Do I need to roll like a strength check to see if I can pick
No.
up? No.
Nope.
All right. Well.
Because you have
Let's
ease
just-
burden.
Oh
you-
right, of course. Yeah.
Goose,
Let's
Goose
carry
is
Lena.
considered. Yeah, it can just pick up Lena. Goose is considered large when it comes to calculating carry weight.
Amazing.
Forge.
Apologies for any noise that's about to come through my mic. I just need to adjust this a little bit.
All right.
Josie,
So...
I'm
Go ahead.
There's still the matter of like sizing, so you can like lift Lena, but it's like Lena's a bit bigger than you.
Goose will probably attempt this like bridal style, and then try and go like foot first through the door and kind of like crab walk its way through.
Yeah, and as you're coming up the stairs, one of the giants runs over and just starts helping.
Ah, excellent.
Yeah, and you eventually get Lena down the stairs, the gangplank, and God damn it, Cuddly. I don't know. I'm gonna roll a die. If this is 11 or above,
What you
it's a 20. Look, sorry.
So we're at 3. I just wrote in Josie's chat, character, you mean carrot?
Oh no.
That was still worth it.
I
Worth
appreciate it.
I'm not.
Also,
There's
just quickly as a note, Gerald at some point in time has used the Rod of the Pack Keeper to regain a spell slot.
It is now brimming with energy, continuously for the next hour, I believe. I'm gonna have to double check. I don't know. It's supposed to be an hour at least. The wood fibers again are just glowing with embers.
Ooh.
Nana will probably help Pasty and Sin off the ship with their stuff.
Yeah, one of the other giants comes and picks up Sin's little sled and carries it down the stairs. And those are why do you have those emotes, Denny?
Why do you have salty carrots as an emote?
I was given a gift sub to Georgie, who's I'm doing a complete emote redo for her. And one of them she wants me to redo is salty carrot.
I like salty carrot just because it pertains to this single.
Amazing.
I feel like I'm missing out on so much by not being in Josie's chat. Damn my bloody 4G internet that can't handle anything else.
I'll share in your chat.
I don't have the screen real estate for it.
Yeah.
But feel free to drop in mine as well. I'd like to see a salty carrot.
In the outpost
There
of
we go.
Troll Hat, there's very little happening right now. There's a few people walking around. You can see it looks like the storage is closed. There's a few candlelights in a few windows. Most sound, most life right now seems to be coming from the tavern itself.
Oh, let's
We're
move.
about to crash that party, aren't we?
Yeah.
Well, I want to take Lena to like a medical center or something.
Oh.
Make sure she gets checked over,
Just
or at least
try-
like someplace safe.
I don't think that a medical center can necessarily help unless they have some knowledge of removing curses.
Well, hang on. Rudy Rounds on the captain. Where were you taking Lena?
Well,
There we go.
Good point.
Oh no, that's a good
Well-
question. I forgot about that.
to be
Who told-
honest,
Who gave you Lena, and where are you taking her? Them.
No, the giants brought Lena. I assume Lena is the name, and simply said to be locked up. It was a clan's traitor to be brought out and exiled, placed on a drifting piece of ice in exile. That's all I was told.
Lena would never do such a thing. They are the most honorable ice giant I've never met.
Look, I don't know this person. I'm following
Never,
orders.
sorry.
They were just growling and roaring. I
Rudy rounds on the ice giants with similar anger in his voice and going, I assume you also knew nothing about this aside from what he's said as well?
And very nonchalantly, they both go, nothing at all.
Right, in that case, Lena's now in our care.
We'll take her from here. Yes.
And they kind of hesitate for a moment.
And Nana kind of gives him the look.
Where are you bringing them?
Well,
Wherever
to
we
get
damn
proper
well
medical
want.
Well, we need to give them proper medical attention immediately because this is obviously some, I don't know, Nana wasn't really listening, but she just kind of sounds very authoritative. She's like, it's some sort of magical thing and they need help.
Gerald sort of
And
like every time
one of
Nana
the-
stumbles, it's like, curse. Curse!
And as
Lena,
you're all...
Sorry, go on.
Go ahead.
Lena clearly wasn't acting in their right mind. That they need attention, and then we can clear all of this up, and you will see what a good person they are.
Yeah, what Goose said.
And
Give us a
the
chance
giant-
to clear her name. Their name.
The giants look at each other, and one of them sighs and gets down on one knee, and Ben leans in close to all of you and just says, "Look, we can't give you any details, or it's going to be our heads. But if you're leaving the Icelands, take Lena with you.
Thank you.
They're not safe here. You are not safe here."
Well, I knew already quite well that we weren't safe here.
God damn it.
But why is Lena not safe here? Isn't this their homeland?
And they give you a very, very like
I'm like,
just a look of like, come on,
I don't understand.
you can figure this out.
So basically, the collar was put on Lena. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what we pretty much figured out.
So there's betrayal in the Midwinter
Midwinter,
Council
yeah.
is what we're presuming here then.
Yeah.
And Nana just goes, I regret writing that second letter detailing all those really important things now.
I don't understand.
I feel
Couldn't have known. You
regret.
couldn't have known.
I don't understand though. Lena was so confident in the Midwinter Council and us returning this artifact to them in the first place, only for it to be used against them.
And the
can't
giant stands
understand.
back up and just like, you can hypothesize all you want. I can't say anything. And they basically just both of them turn around and start like getting to work on the boat, like cleaning up blood. And there was a point during the last trip where when you came back out, those of you on deck would have realized the giants pretty much just yeeted the bodies off the side of the ship.
Yeet.
That's-
Come on, guys. We better leave before I give these giants a message to send back to the Midwinter clan.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
Well,
I'm troubled by this. Tell them the Midnight Suns Guild of Volunteers will remember this.
Oh, are we the only ones in the guild? I feel like there are more.
Nope. There are many more. We are probably on a low.
Maybe 5 of them will remember. I'm not sure anyone else will, Gerald. But
Nana,
yeah,
don't.
tell them that.
Nana, no, you're ruining this. Just go like,
And the giant
yeah,
the giant
or
says,
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the giant, the one giant that turns around and says, "We'll see," has a contemplative look on his face, very like the furrowed brows, very much like lost in thought for a moment.
But thank you for the ride.
Thank you for the warning.
Alright.
Yeah.
Thank you for
And
nothing.
one of them says, "Thanks for the help," and and just looks towards Nana. And this is the one that was like fell overboard.
Isn't that Kraj? Kraj?
Karj.
Karj. That's it. I was
Karj and Burnhild.
Almost there.
Can't believe you remember that.
I didn't remember Karj. I just remembered Kraj because I was thinking crab, but it was wrong. I was wrong. Anyway, yeah,
Anyway,
the octopi are gone.
Let's go to the. Let's head to the inn. Like, if that's the only place that's maybe like one of us goes ahead inside the inn, warns the innkeeper that we might have a, we just need some space to get someone in there, like into a room.
Yeah, Nana might go with I don't know who wants to come. Arthur, Gerald, one of them. Who's?
Where are we going?
Yeah, Rudy or Gerald that go in.
Yeah. Well, Nana will go with whoever goes and just chat to them and.
Arthur will come along.
All right.
Goose will take the back and just follow wherever the group's going.
I think we need.
And as you're disembarking,
sorry.
as your some conversations is coming to an end, just to break. As you're stepping down off the boat, all of you realize a bit away, at the other end of this, because it's essentially like a beach, kind of, made out of snow and ice, but then it just drops off into water. And about 100 to 200 feet away, you couldn't see it before because of the lighting, but there is a fairly large ship that also seems to be parked, like...
Are we getting on the ship right away? Are we idiots?
Yeah, I had no idea whether we were getting on the ship right away or not.
That's what I meant to ask, actually, during the break, and I didn't, so...
I was going to ask you if we could inquire as to when the soonest we could leave is.
Arthur's gonna go towards the ship this time.
Because I was already wanting to get away from here as quickly as possible, and now we also need to get Lena away from here as quickly as possible.
Well, we're fairly
confident. All you knew is that this boat that you were on, the Winter's Claw, was going to take you to Troll Hat, and from Troll Hat, they said ships should start going soon. There was no date given.
Okay. I think we're safe to stay a night in Troll Hat.
I should probably ask to confirm.
Arthur's gonna go towards the boat, regardless, just to find the captain.
Gerald, Arthur, find out when we can leave.
Puts a thumbs up and keeps walking.
Yeah. As you're walking towards the ship, it's fairly big. It's 2 masts, and it's got a galleon figure that's essentially just looks like a piece of cloud.
Oh.
And you can see now like along the railing of the ship is like the signs of wispy clouds.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
And you do there's like a few small lanterns on the ship, but nothing major. And as you're coming towards it, there's one person. You hear a voice that just goes, "Hail, can I help you?"
Hail, I'm Arthur.
Nice to meet you, Arthur.
Who am I talking to?
Well, I don't know if I want to answer that quite yet. Are you friend or foe?
Oh, mate, I could be your bestest friend if you want me to.
That just makes me
the Aussiest elf ever.
I am definitely friend. I am not foe.
Fair enough. Well, you can call me Benny. My name is Benjamin. And, how can I help?
Look, Benny, me and my friends, we actually want to leave, this place, and go to, something a little bit warmer, a little bit more swampier, in fact. But we don't really know any of the boat schedule. Do you know where you'll be heading off, or when you'll be heading off soon?
Yeah. What you're looking at right now is the grand old Tide Rider with the Redland Company.
Ooh, very fancy.
Is that the Red Lead Company?
Redland.
Oh, Redland. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, I think last I heard, Captain is in here right now. He's having a drink. But I think last I heard we were taking off in 2 days for Southport.
To Southport. Oh, very much. Thank you for that. that is all the information I need. I do have some hot cocoa. Would you like some on this cold, chilly night?
You know what? I'm good. I got myself some warm mead, and that's keeping me company enough for tonight.
Oh, okay. Well, good night, dear Benny friend. Arthur's totally
Good night,
rebuffed by
Arthur.
this cocoa thing.
As you're turning around, he says, "As I said, captain's in the tavern. Ask
Yes.
him. He knows things."
Oh, hang on. What's the captain's name?
Let me double check my notes because I've written the name a million times. I should know it by heart now.
Get ready for me to mispronounce this, chat.
Oh, I'm ready.
Fevinus.
Feminist?
Fevinus Karen.
Feminist Karen. Okay.
There's a B in there, Orb. Feminist.
No,
Feminist.
no,
No,
there's
I'm-
not.
I'm not
Oh,
gonna
wait,
be.
I'll write it in dice.
Oh my
tray.
god, you need to write it down straight now.
I'll write it in
I'm
dice.
no
tray.
way gonna be able to pronounce that at all.
Does Karen want to see our manager?
Oh, feminist.
Oh,
Okay,
fen-
right.
Oh,
okay.
feminist
I
Karen.
thought it was a B as well.
Mm.
Oh no, I wrote it like Karen. Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
I was like,
That's alright. That's alright. I think
it's a feminist Karen.
I think it's a Karen.
That's what I was
Karen.
thinking.
Yeah.
Captain Karen. All right, we got this.
Captain Karen.
Captain Karen.
So Arthur sort of starts making his way to the tavern because I'm assuming that's where the rest of the party's gone. Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, it would
yes.
be
While
really great.
While Arthur's been talking, and you've been hearing the shouting because there's still like the distance from standing on the ice, screaming up to someone on the ship. So you probably all picked up on the conversation going on.
We all sniggered when Arthur got rejected for the hot cocoa. We're like,
Do you
And,
want some cocoa? No, piss off.
as you're coming towards the tavern, you see the familiar, the comforting look of the fleece that lines the edge of the doorway.
Chris
Love
gives the
it.
nut. Oh, he's probably got his hands full, but he
Yeah.
attempts like to slightly brush up against
again, should we
the
send
rusty
somebody?
door as he goes past.
Hold on, Goose, wait. Should we send somebody in to warn the innkeeper? Like, as far as where they're about to see, we're about to walk in with an ice giant in our hands who's unconscious.
That is a good point, dude.
That should be fine. Carry on.
No, at the other point, I will stand back here and just kind of rests against the door frame, but just like scooches enough to try and get a little bit of fluffy lighting.
Yeah.
Oh, Nana's in. Nana never stopped.
Yeah.
Nana doesn't
As you
sleep.
open the door, you walk through. It's like walking through a heating element. Just like as you're passing through the doorway, just like
Giant
the
hair
warmth,
dryer.
all the dirt is just like cleaned off of you. It just warms up, cleans up, and you step in, and it's rowdy in here right now. There's music going on. There's people chattering. There's plenty of drink and food going around, and you see essentially in the corner now, standing on a table, you see a man, human face, holding a massive tankard, and is like just stamping his feet on the table and like singing along to the music that's people are playing, and they have this really like rowdy handmade instrument, and he's got a big tricorn hat on, and his hair looks curly but in a fluffy way, and it's long and white, and it's
Tricorn
just
hat, huh?
yeah, and he's got like this saber at his side, and he's just holding this one tankard, and he's just humming to the beat, and people around are singing, they're drinking. You can see at one table there's people that look like to be gambling. And as you open the door and step inside, you see the proprietor comes up to you and says, "Well, welcome in. Give me just a moment, and I'm going to just run over and put some more tankards down." Walks up with runs away, comes out with a whole barrel and just puts it down next to the table and says, "Help yourself."
Just as for Darcy's note, this tavern is also an inn, right? Or is it just a tavern?
Yeah, this is where we
Excellent.
stayed, I think.
Rudy sort of signals to the tavern keep just to get off to the side for a moment out of the revelry. Look, friend, just wondering if we could really quickly rent a room. We do have a companion who's very poorly, and we just need to spirit them up to a room really quickly. Just quick smart. They just need a lot of bed rest, and but they are an ice giant, so we just kind of don't want to make a bit of a scene.
We got giant-sized rooms.
Excellent.
We get people of all sizes
Whatever the
coming
cost
through.
is doesn't matter. I've got it covered. We just don't want to make a big ruckus and get rid of the mood in the tavern here. You know.
I'm sure if I don't think you can kill this mood and just like inches their head towards the rowdiness going on.
You know what? You have a
I'll set you up with a room. How many rooms do you need? How many people?
We have
6.
six
7.
people.
Oh, 6, yeah.
6 people.
Oh, wait,
Really
are
had to count the
Sin
screen
and
for a
Pesty
second.
6 including
Oh.
the giant.
Yeah.
Wait, are Sin and Pesty, are they staying with us?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Let's Sin and Pesty. Oh, well,
I'm gonna
they are planning to head the same
Probably
direction
not.
as us, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna say 7. There's 7 of us because Sin and Pesty can share a same room. I'm assuming.
7
Um,
out
yeah,
of
7.
1 is a giant.
1 is a giant.
Yeah, I think we probably have enough rooms. Yes. Let me go double check the books. I don't want to accidentally promise too much.
Excellent. No, thank you for
just a
understanding.
Let's see. I'm just double
Sure, a
checking
bunch
my
of us
own
could
notes.
bunk together too.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I'm not looking for 7 rooms. It was more just like I mean, I'm sure a giant-sized room.
Don't
can
tell
fit,
us,
like...
Darcy. Tell.
And
Oh, the
as you're a moment later, this dwarven woman comes up and says, "Hey, we got like we got a lot of singles left. You know, these folks took a lot of the bigger rooms. But we got one room where we could put the giant and 2 people, and then we got one for 2 people, and then the rest you will all have to get like but it's pretty much just a bed in the room. It's not a lot. I'll say I'm feeling quite generous. It's in the middle of the evening. It's getting quite late. 2 gold for the whole lot for the night,
Yeah,
and then we'll talk details in the morning.
Not a problem at all. Rudy just straight away flicks the 2 gold. You know, not an issue. Like, just wanting to keep everything on the down low.
Just showing them magic hands, making it rain.
Yep, that's it. That's it. That's it. Absolutely.
That's the
secret
real
knowledge,
magic.
Make it rain.
Yeah, 2 gold, easy, done.
And my bad, it's not a dwarf, it's a human.
You
would remember it's run by a family called the Hovies.
Oh shit! I thought they were dwarves.
They do not remember us.
Could've
Alrighty.
yeah, okay.
Well,
After
you've been gone for a while, as
We
they're
have,
like in the
yeah,
middle.
yeah. But they probably put us, to dead. They probably think we're.
I'm
dead
also
anyway.
assuming that you're still pretty much wearing like you've got your winter scarves, the goggles, like you're. Hey, I'm
Yeah. Rudy wouldn't have taken him off. He wants to get.
Yeah,
later
we've
in the
kind
room,
of come
so-
straight in, so I can't imagine we've
Yeah.
had time to change or anything. So
Nah.
Alrighty. In that case, Rudy heads out and pops his head out of the door and goes, "All right, Goose, bring Lena in."
Oh, it's coming in. Starts carrying him in.
as you're
Feet first, of
carrying
course.
Lena through. It's starting to feel safe. You're almost at the stairs when you hear a voice that says, "This one has had a lot to drink." And you see the person standing on the table holding the tankard is pointing towards all of you, and the whole tavern just turns around.
Oh, it's been a busy night.
they sure have. Oh,
And
so much
just go-
alcohol. You know how it
And then he
is.
just goes, "I know how it is. Cheers!" And they all just, "Whoa!"
Hey, up the stairs, Goose. Up the stairs.
Yeah, Goose. Rudy also did point to the tankard and the barrel to Arthur and Nana if they wanted to just get started.
Gonna settle Lena in first, but yeah, it's pretty much I legally have to now. I can't not drink.
That's why
in a
Rudy.
tavern.
Yeah.
Just grab the barrel under the arm and take it upstairs.
Pretty much.
Into the haversack.
As you're heading upstairs, the proprietor, Mrs. Hovey,
Skull.
shows you to the rooms, and there is one room. She opens first. It has a bed that looks to be the size for Lena, and then there are two regular-sized beds. And then shows you there's one 2-person room, and Pesty quickly asks if he and Sin can have the room with the 2 beds in it.
Absolutely, yeah. My treat, Pesty. Get in there. Get yourself
thank
settled.
you so much, Rudy. Thank you so much. And when he says Rudy, Mrs. Hovey says, Rudy, magic hands.
Yes, that is me.
Well, now
Yes?
that I get a good look at you all, huh?
Oh, we've been away for a while.
We have.
I will.
It's good to see you
like
again.
you've seen better days.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I mean, Rudy, I've never really described Rudy, but he definitely has a very sunken-in, hallowed look at the moment. Yes, this is very true. You definitely
Compared to
look like
last
he's in
time.
video games. Yeah, almost like he's never eaten a morsel of food in his life.
that must suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's still been like pretty much a month since you left.
Yes, we were here a month ago. In fact, we were chasing a few leads, so to speak, on behalf of the guild.
I remember you were chasing the man with the mask. Did you ever catch up?
In a way, yes, we did, in fact, catch them.
Puts a hand on Rudy's shoulder. Suffice to say, mission complete. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. However, we find ourselves in a bit of a hasty need to make it back to the mainland, so to speak.
Yeah, well, I'd say in the morning, maybe, after the captain sleeps it off.
Yes.
You should ask, because they look, just me speaking to you, but if you've got the coin, he's got the space, because he just pretty much emptied his chip with cargo here for us.
Excellent. All right. Well, don't worry. I'm sure that we can find a way to persuade him to let us aboard, and we'll be on our way. Quick, smart.
And he's a jovial fella. The crew of the Tide Rider, really good people.
Oh, that is good to know.
Would this happen to be the ship that we came in on at the beginning of the campaign?
No.
Or is this would be a different ship?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I'd check.
Sorry, what did you say the name of the ship was again? The
Tide Rider.
Tide Rider.
Rider.
Okay, cool. Tide Rider.
Rudy sets up his stuff in Lena's room.
I think Nana probably does too. We can like take it in turns to like sort of.
Yeah, Goose places Lena down on the largest bed, gives her a little pat on the head, and then starts to put his stuff into one of the single rooms.
And seeing you carry Lena in, stopping like in the doorway, Mrs. Hovey pretty much elbows Gerald and says, "Now that's some muscle on a boy."
Goose getting every single head turn from every NPC is what I'm living for. You have no idea.
It's
We already
only
had the
because
situation.
Goose only has eyes for one person.
Whereas Arthur has eyes for every single.
But Joe's like, well, I appreciate you saying so, but I haven't really been doing anything.
Oh no!
And she looks at you. She smiles and says, "Well, I can tell you've been through stuff. I bet you've put on a little bit of something. If not on your arms, it's in your noggin."
And he catches her eyes for a moment. When at that moment where she's like, I can see you've been through some things, and then just like catches his eyes, and it's just like a hollow of terror. Yes, we've been through some things.
That is a sight that will haunt her dreams tonight.
You can all settle in. So Nana, Rudy, you're taking the room with Lena. The
Yep.
rest of you all get your own rooms. And it's very much, there's like not even a wash basin. It's like closet size. It's just a bed. And enough room to get to the bed from the door.
God, there'd be barely any room for Goose in that.
Goose is it's like a little doghouse thing. Goose is just like
He just like walks in and all he can do is just.
But it is a bed. Like it's a comfy
Hey,
bed.
you
It's
haven't
not
had one
as it's different because when you were in the hotel in the Bramblefrost, you slept on basically just piles of furs and pelts. Here it's a bed. It seems to be stuffed with something, and you have these thick wool fleece pelts that you can pull over yourself.
that
Very
sounds so cozy.
Super cozy.
Ugh.
But I imagine we're all pretty famished, so probably once everyone's like all settled in and everything, head down, grab a bite to eat.
Oh, Nana's gonna cast Cure Wounds, if that's gonna do anything. She's gonna cast it anyway, whatever, but
On Lena.
yeah, on Lena.
As you do, some color, even though Lena's natural hue is a pale blue, it looks even paler, almost gray. And as you cast the spell, some color return,
That's
but
good.
still seems withered.
God, for a second there, I thought you were saying that the healing had the reverse effect. I was like,
Yeah, cool. So that just looks like probably Nana, maybe just having something, maybe even something in that little flask she keeps and like pouring it into something. Just basically giving it to her before she's gonna go down and look after herself.
And as you all head down, there seems to be most of the people in the tavern itself seems to be part of this crew. You can see the captain's now sitting down, leaned back against the wall, feet still on the table, got these big gaudy boots on, and it's just like just talking, kind of a loud voice, but not like annoyingly loud, just like very clearly articulated.
All right, well,
Just talking to like people around.
let's join them. Nana's
Well,
getting
we were set up with her own table. We got our barrel, and I think it's all been paid for by the captain. I think he shouted
And
everyone.
you realize the barrel seems to be it seems to be like everyone in the tavern is walking up and just filling their tankards from this barrel.
Big barrel.
Cool. Well, obviously we're gonna grab a drink. I mean, I speak for myself.
Gerald just
Grab a
eyes
drink.
the barrel suspiciously.
I'm sure it's fine, Gerald. Come on.
Gerald, that takes poison.
Mm.
I'm gonna inquire about meals.
Yeah.
Of course.
We got some fresh fish we caught earlier today. If you'd like, we grilled it.
Oh,
Any giant
that-
fish?
Depends on what you consider the giant. We caught a fairly good sized tuna. If you'd like some.
Oh, that would be
tuna
fantastic.
steaks.
Yeah, you'd have to forgive my very beefy friend here. We've been at the spending our time with the ice giants recently, and you can imagine their meals. They eat a lot.
I'm aware.
Oh yeah. Yes.
I'll grab 3 of your finest tuna steaks.
Fair enough. You know what? Let's not worry about the coin today. We'll talk about it in the morning. Settle everything. There's a lot going on.
Excellent. In that case, make it 6.
One for each then.
Excellent, Rudy.
Yeah, 1 for each. Yes, absolutely.
3 for me, please.
Yeah, Rudy says this, but is he gonna eat all 3 himself?
Oh my god.
And Pesty and Sin also comes down and joins you, and Sin is doing kind of like the toddler thing down the stairs. She's walking like one step at a time, getting down the stairs, and Pesty's being like super like hovering, like, "Are you okay? Are you sure? Are you sure you got this? Because I mean I could carry you down if you want." And she's all like, "Sin, please, just stop." Pesty, just go down and get some food.
Mm.
And she
yeah.
eventually makes her way down and join you.
Nana will order the rest of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 meals, and then probably the lady will be very confused.
Yeah, she gives you a little bit of a look, like sure. Fair enough.
And then order some tea or something for Sin, like whatever, maybe a little cup of broth or something. Just
I
for the
can
fever.
fix that. Yeah, sure, no problem. And yeah, give me a moment. And disappears and yells something in the kitchen. You hear someone like talking loudly back, and
Again? Another 5? What the hell are they? How many do they need?
and eventually food is served and drinks are served. Yeah.
Excellent.
Probably like between tuna steaks, Goose will just like pop back upstairs, check on Lena, make sure they're okay, make sure there isn't any more color changes or anything, and then come back downstairs, have another steak, go back upstairs.
You know, looks still just breathing. Just looks weak, but is alive. Is breathing.
Okay.
Would Rudy be able to know like the progress of this curse with enough time, just like sort of watching Lena, or?
With enough time, and I will say there hasn't been enough
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, but he must eat. That is, that has to happen.
He must feed.
And
Oh.
unless there's anything particular, the crew seems to keep to themselves. You get food, and you get drinks.
Should we have a chat with the captain whilst he's here?
Oh yeah, Nana was gonna go and bother
no,
him.
the innkeeper was very very insistent that we should approach after they've slept this off.
Does that stop Nana though?
No. You think I'm there on business, but I'm literally not.
I mean, Rudy's gonna eat and go back to the room anyway. What Nana does after that is up to Nana.
Good. See you. Didn't want to be
Wow.
around anyway.
Wow!
No,
Rudy goes back
Nana's
to his
just
room in a
gonna-
huff. Oh my goodness!
No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Yeah, Nana's just gonna go over and just kind of be around. You know, like she's gonna take care of Sin and Pesty a little bit, but she's also gonna kind of meet people, but just kind of say hi. It's a very like, you know, clink your glass with them and have a drink, and then very
Yeah, and
superficial.
they all seem to have like a good buzz going. Everyone's happy. They happily clink their tankards with yours, and they don't really seem to ask much questions right now. They're just having a good time, and you can overhear the captain is talking about something like wanting to make it back in time.
All right, yeah, that's all Nana's gonna do. Once she's mostly mingled happily and maybe refilled a couple of their drinks, she will also turn in for the night to help take care of Lena.
Anything particular anyone else is doing?
Arthur's gonna start arm wrestling contest.
So you're just gonna walk up and challenge someone to an arm wrestling contest?
Yes.
Oh, please.
He sort of wants to eventually arm wrestle the captain.
Yeah, and as you're starting this arm wrestling contest, immediately the captain just slams his tanker down. Just stares at you and says, "No, you challenge me." And like it just like everyone gets quiet and everyone is just like,
Ooh.
I feel like this He's been rigged.
I
be
like
careful.
to think that Nana's
Arthur
here with
goes,
this.
and I believe-
If you want to make a contest, you do not. My crew are under my protection. You come to me before you get to my crew.
He's like a mob boss.
I'm sorry, obviously, Captain. I'm Arthur,
Hey.
anyways. Nice to meet your acquaintance, and I would like to sort of hold my tankard up to sort of cheers with him.
And he cheers. And he drinks like a big gulp.
So does Arthur.
Yeah. And
Look-
now coming up close, you realize that like his hair is moving as if there's a faint breeze.
Ooh.
Arthur's gonna try hard not to notice that, like hardcore just.
And then as you're looking, he sets the tanker down and just puts his arm on the table.
Oh
You're
shit!
And then
very interested in
and then he
Bull's
says-
Overwatch.
Any vagers?
Wages.
Oh, come on. Come on,
Arthur. Arthur's
Bloody
gonna
Arthur's-
put down. Yeah, Arthur's gonna put down.
And then Nana being near around, here the
yeah.
crew start taking like bets. And like there's like everyone in the crew, like most of the people in the crew is like, no. I'm not betting on this. There's one person who looks to be like younger, and he's just like 2 gold on the elf. I've heard they have a surprising amount of strength. They do, and like the one person who's like holding a cap out with a piece and holding a piece of paper says, "Are you sure, kid? Are you sure?" Yeah.
My friend
Yeah.
Arthur.
So there's a bookie basically at the point. At the
Yeah,
moment
there's
of that?
someone who's taking it on being a bookie. It says, 1 gold on the elf.
5 gold on the elf,
Five?
my friend Arthur.
I'm gonna go up to the
Ah.
bookie and be like, "You've got this, Arthur. 10 gold on the captain."
Look, Nana's gonna put a gold on Arthur just because she should, but her heart maybe knows that this probably won't go very well. She's like, I believe in my Arthur. He's very strong. Do you know he won one time? Did he win that special contest against Goose? No, he didn't.
He won once.
Oh,
I
yeah.
won once against Goose, but I've won against other people.
Yeah.
Oh,
That-
Goosey, and it was nice, yeah.
Goose has 100% faith in Arthur that he can do this. It is all or nothing with Goose.
Rudy has retired to his room, so I'm not part of this.
Yeah.
And you,
Arthur.
Rudy, up in the room, Rudy, you realize that slowly but surely the color is fading from like
Right.
again.
Okay.
It's like
heck.
Yeah.
Gotta keep it juiced up.
yeah. It's and if you want to do, you can make a strength check, just strength
Well,
for
Arthur.
arm wrestling contest.
Arthur's gonna ask
Says
the captain,
he
how much
wants
gold
to.
are you putting down?
That I'm not betting anything.
Well,
That would no. That would be unsportsmanlike to bet on yourself.
Amazing.
Arthur takes another swig from his tankard. And he just chest out, big sigh, looks over at Goose, looks back at the captain, looks at everyone else, he looks back at the captain, and rolls.
There is
I don't think it's gonna happen, Orb.
Oh damn!
this is not going to be a one roll thing. This is, as you start doing as you start going, you can feel it's rough. This
shit.
he's just smiling at you, but there's a moment you start getting headway, and we roll again.
Arthur's gonna
Come
use
on, Arthur.
inspiration. Arthur's using
Go for it.
inspiration.
Yeah, go for it.
Where's the inspiration on this? Oh no.
And
You
with
got this,
that,
Arthur!
as you you feel well, you used inspiration. You got Goose cheering you on. As Goose is cheering you on, telling you got this. There's a moment where the captain looks. Someone bumps into the captain as you're doing this, and you got like headway. You got him halfway down. Someone bumps in, and his hat starts tilting, and he just lets you slam his hand down and corrects his hat.
What?
Wow. What a cop out.
He lets you win. Oh,
Holy shit.
no.
Let you win.
Oh, that's fun.
And the bookie immediately walks up, like looks baffled, and then turns towards Nana Goose and says, "Well, the odds were 1 to 5, so I suppose I owe you 25 gold and 5 gold."
Oh,
Wow.
what? I knew you could do it, Arthur! Gives him a big pat on the back. I believed in you.
Arthur sort of stands up to shake the captain's hand.
The captain stands up, doesn't look phased at all, shakes your hand jovially, and says, "That was a great competition."
Thank you so much. Arthur's ego is again through the roof.
You got a good arm on you, yes.
Oh, Captain, look, I would say I'm mediocre in this group. If you want a challenge, starts looking at Goose.
Oh no! I know where my own limits go.
And don't sell yourself short, Arthur. You're magnificent.
Well, look, I know it's probably time to retire. Can I talk to you tomorrow? We've got some things we'd like to talk to you about.
Sure enough.
Will we find
Shall
you
we say
here
it?
or at the ship?
Yes. Somewhere.
All right, we'll wake up and we'll just make our way to the ship if we can't find you.
He's very drunk at this point, Orby. We're not getting straight answers out of it.
Yeah.
What time? You make a time up and we'll be there.
Crack of noon.
Crack of noon sounds good to me.
Oh my
Every
god.
day I wake up at the crack of dawn.
And then as Arthur sort of goes to go upstairs, he wants to pay for another tankard, another jug of alcohol for them all.
And Mrs. Hovey says, we'll put it on your tab.
Wait, is that under Rue's name? Fuck.
Fuck yeah. That's what I want to hear.
I mean, for that to happen.
So, Goose, you can add 25 gold if you want. Nana, you get 5.
Added it. And I added that stuff from last time too. So we rich now.
Low-key impressed.
We're rich now.
Josie, did I need to give the gold before or after?
Yes, you would have put it
Damn.
up before.
Because if I had to give it after, I would have just tried to back quietly out of.
Yeah, there's also as you're
Okay.
like you're all gathering up again. There's this reluctant moment where like most of the crew is just laughing their asses off, including the captain when the bookie has to pay the greenhorn of the crew.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, you'd be so happy.
That is great.
Alright, head back
But-
to bed.
You head back up. Night passes. Does anyone want to do anything particular during the night? I'm assuming Rudy wakes up every now and then to check on Lena.
Well,
I think yeah.
Yeah, Rudy requests of Nana for 2 reasons. That Nana actually takes up the sort of like checks on Lena. And just like, you know, attempt to like, you know, if Lena's semi-conscious to like get some broth into her or something like that. Because Rudy A needs his rest to figure out how to deal with the curse, and B is actually feeling a little like he shouldn't heal Lena at this point in time.
Oh,
He's feeling a little conflicted. So he's
why is that?
Reasons.
Does Rudy say this to us?
No. He
You're not
just
in the
says,
same room anymore.
Oh, okay.
yeah, no, we're just with. It's Rudy and Nana.
Okay, sorry.
We're in Lena's room.
I'm not here.
Yeah. So Nana, do you mind? I need to concentrate a little bit. I need to figure out how I'm going to deal with this curse. Do you mind just keeping an eye on Lena for me? If she starts looking a little pale, you know some curative magic, don't you? Or
Oh, yes, absolutely. I know the best magic is a good meal, Rudy.
absolutely. If Lena can actually swallow broth and not choke to death, that would be fantastic. But yes, just keep an eye on Lena for me throughout the night. I will figure out how to deal with this curse quick, smart, and then we'll be on our way. But I cannot devote any extra time tonight to keeping an eye on Lena.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Nana will do that. Nana will wake up pretty regularly and just probably, if cast cure wounds or feed broth when possible.
Anyone else doing anything specific?
Who's in my room?
And
You.
none.
Hmm?
You have a
Just
single.
you.
Oh, just me.
You've got a
Oh,
room.
Just
Rudy
you.
got my own room.
A single room for Gerald. There you go.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I'm going to ritual cast alarm outside of the room that Lena is staying in, permitting only the party and plus the people who are going to be staying in that room to pass through. I'm going to go into my room, and I'm just going to measure out the space in there. How big is it?
It's
Oh my God.
it's like it's maybe 10 by 10 feet.
Tiny
It's-
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Are our rooms like next to each other?
No, they would not be.
Okay, so it's just like random other people in the rooms either side of me.
In some rooms you can hear voices in, but
Okay.
Tiny Hut would probably like cut through some walls.
You see where I'm going with this already.
No.
the default layout of the rooms, are they all the same?
You've essentially got like your room is very small. It just has a bed in it and enough
Yeah.
room to walk around. The
Oh,
bed.
I mean more like the positioning of the beds in the room. Are they the same for every room?
Pretty much yes.
For the reason being that I am indeed going to cast Tiny Hut in this room, and I want to make sure to not encapsulate someone else's bed, basically.
But the
If it
question is,
does
how
indeed
does-
go through the
how
room
would-
walls.
How would Tiny Hut interact with walls and terrain?
It's
This is
a
the-
great question, and I'm hoping you can help me because I don't believe it really specifies. But I'll tell you the exact wording. So it's a 10-foot radius, immobile dome of force springs into existence around and above you and remains stationary for the duration.
springs into existence, so it would push against the wall because it won't.
Well, I don't know this. It just says creatures and objects within the dome when you cast the spell can move through it freely. So presumably the bits of the wall that are in it are considered objects that are within the dome. So they'd be able to pass through it freely.
They would be considered structure, which have their own set of rules. So it's just like this is really weird. Like I'd say, sure, you could cast it. We'll see what happens.
And it just says all other creatures and objects are barred from passing through. But essentially the idea is that anything that's inside it is like inside it or outside it, and that's fine. Anything that's outside it just can't come in. That's the sort of the point of it. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do.
Hang on. What if it encapsulates part of the hallway and someone tries to walk down the hallway? And they can't
That
get
is not
in?
Gerald's concern.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Fine. Just
Well,
gotta get it out there.
I just want to. The reason I was like
Bathroom-
pacing it
the
out.
bathroom's on
No,
the other
I'll
side.
allow it. You cast.
Yeah.
You cast. What are you choosing? Any particular color or just opaque?
Same color as the walls.
So there's like a deep wood, like stained wood brown. You summon the Tiny Hut, are you going to sleep now that you feel safe?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I feel perfectly
No.
safe now, and I'm gonna have the best sleep.
Oh my god.
I'm going to just.
Probably the
Here's
best
the-
sleep of Gerald's life now that he knows
Does
this.
it say you- so it says creatures within the domes can leave and enter.
Correct.
Okay, I'd say I rolled the die just to check. I'd say while just hanging out in your bed, Arthur, all of a sudden you just get like half of you is now inside the dome.
I can't roll over. I'm gonna roll over in my sleep. And just like,
It pretty much like part of the dome just cuts through you in the bed.
What?
so I
it's
can
like,
roll over one way, but I
you don't
can't roll over the
no,
next.
no, it's not. No, you can move freely. It's just like as you're laying in bed, it looks like there's a wall that cuts off your leg, but you can move your
Oh.
foot in and out.
Oh, I'm gonna come and do some housekeeping. Hello, housekeeping. Come in.
Wait, waking up and seeing a wall literally cutting you in half, yet you know a thing doesn't scare you at all. Doesn't prompt you into action.
Well, Hop is sleeping, so I don't know if he feels it when
could be a
he's.
nightmare.
When you wake up in 4 hours, just like I'm a leg.
Can't feel my leg.
Well, I mean, Arthur doesn't sleep; he just meditates. So
Yeah, this is true.
Well,
this is true.
it's considered similar to sleep. You still counts as incapacitated. So he's still unaware of his surroundings.
right.
It's just, is Goose doing anything or just walking out?
Nothing in particular. Yeah, just going to sleep. But I guess just being aware. Not maybe like trying to get a decent night's sleep, but just trying to be aware, just in case of any weird sounds or anything like that around him. I guess I can't really
It
do
does
much of
sound
it.
like it does sound like the wind outside is picking up. You can hear like rattling and the window locking. I can't remember the words for like wooden windows.
I like the banging and creaking and such.
Yeah, it's because it's not like glass windows. It's like wooden panes that you just close.
Ah, yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
So you hear wind picking up. Sounds like snow is picking up as well. And Nana, in between waking up to look on Lena, at one point you dream. You're walking down a path. It's a well-trodden path. It's fairly wide. Looks like one of the major roads in the Western Flatlands where you've spent most of your life. But only the road seemed to have color. Everything around you is monochromatic, blacks and whites. Behind you, it even looks like trees, stones, even the fields of wheat and corn you're passing by, they look two-dimensional. Next to your side is a figure you've met a few times. You see a large, ochre red, fluffy mastiff.
Oh.
And it's just walking next to you. It's shoulder height, well above your head. It's just walking by, just following. You're just walking down this road, essentially. I'll try to double check. I need to check my notes. And as you're walking, you're realizing that at the furthest reaches of your vision ahead of you, you can see color. And it seems that as you're passing by the landscape, it grows into grays and then just blacks and whites. And as it passes by you, it loses substance and becomes just two-dimensional portrait behind you. And you keep walking what feels like hours. You enter into a forest. The trees are large, and you would know that you can see flowers. This would have been brimming with life, sound, color, scents, but it is odorless. There's no sounds. They're all gray. And there doesn't seem to be much wind either. And as you look down on yourself, you two are just black and white in shades of gray. The road has a muddy, dirty color, and the hound next to you still has a beautiful red color to it. And you keep walking what feels like through the night, and as the darkness of the night comes, it becomes even more eerie. It's just pretty much darkness, even the things you can see, with them being these pure stark whites and blacks. It's just this really unsettling scenery ahead of you, and behind you, it's just pure black now. And you're walking through, and there's a comfort to having this dog that's just next to you, keeping pace. Whenever you stop, it stops. It just looks at you. And when you start walking, it walks. But then morning comes. The sun rises as the road crests to a hill. You reach that hill, and when you walk over it, before you, you see a massive black and white landscape. The road snakes forward for what looks miles and miles and miles and miles and miles, until ahead you see the sun is rising, golden in color, over a white city. But this city has a different kind of white. It's not white like the white of the trees and the leaves that you've been passing by. It looks like an off-white color, like a really pale stone. This city looks familiar. You've been there. And the sun is rising just behind it, throwing this golden light around it.
Oh. Okay.
And you know the city. You've been there. It's hard to put name to it now that you're in the dream, though. You just know that it's recognizable. And as you come down the hill, the dog turns. It leaves the road. And it steps off into a small little path. And you look to the side, and in the middle of all of this black and gray and white, you see a building that has not full colors. Instead, it just looks like it has faded colors. It has a thatch roof, these big logs for walls. But the door is closed, and the dog walks up to it, and you can see light coming through. You can, for the first time, you hear what sounds to be like music. And the dog simply sits down next to the door.
Can you pet the
What
dog?
do you do?
I follow the dog, and yes, I give it a pat on the head, just for Ozzy, and I knock on the door.
As you go to knock, the door swings open. And you're for a moment blinded, not just visually, but you smell ale, food, you hear music, you hear laughter and revelry, you feel warm wind on you. There's a bright light coming towards you. And as the light settles down, you see all of your friends that you've met to this point. Inside, all happily taking part in conversation, in games, in drinks, and as you step over the threshold, color returns to you, but in the same way as the building, faded. And there's a voice in your head that says, I can't heal you, but I can make the time worth it.
Nice.
And when dawn cracks the next morning, you all wake up. Nana has been taking care of Lena. You've realized quickly over the night they needed a small pick-me-up, like once every 2-3 hours, it seemed.
Alrighty.
And as you're waking up, Nana, you also you can tell yourself. You feel a little bit lighter, but you also feel you have a very, very vivid image of that cityscape.
All right. Cool.
So everyone gets a long rest. Druid and cleric, you can fiddle diddle with your spells.
Already on it. Already done it.
Gonna get that long rest.
All right.
Yeah.
Does really want to have breakfast first before starting this? His urge to help bigger than his stomach.
Goose would like to head straight in and
You know what?
check on Lena first.
Before heavy spell casting, one must always have a full stomach. I've always said that. You'll find me saying that ages and ages. Who's up for breakfast?
Cure the curse, Rudy. Go, cure the curse, go.
We'd like to check on Lena first before we go and do anything else. Just want to make sure
I
they're
suppose. I mean, I could cast spells on an empty stomach if you really want me to, but I'm
Well,
telling
Gerald,
you.
No, I'm
This is
fast
Rudy
asleep in my
whispering
dome.
in your
Ignore
ear.
me. Yeah.
Nah, Rudy, like in Rudy's professional opinion, does Lena look like she's gonna fade out within the next 20 minutes?
No, and with what Nana figured out over the night, Lena would last like 2-3 hours, easy, with like just being there. Doesn't seem to be a rush. Also after 2-3 hours, it isn't like, oh, Lena's dead. It's like it seems to be that would be when they would revert to the state they were in when you brought them here.
Perfect.
Yeah.
In that case, Rudy's going for breakfast.
I guess you can
And,
probably persuade Nana to come.
Arthur, you would have waken up first, and you would have indeed realized that there seems to be a brown wall all around you.
Arthur is shockers, but he would have known this seems sort of similar to something that's happened before. So he wants to go bang on Gerald's door.
Which
and
just
as you go to
out of curiosity, before that, okay, which bit of him was inside the dome and which bit was outside?
Well, imagine his right foot was outside of it.
Okay, but the rest of him was inside it.
Yes.
He wouldn't even see the dome because it's invisible. It's completely see-through from the inside.
Fair enough.
Oh.
But he would roll out of bed.
He'd roll out of bed and then look back to his bed, and then there'd be a dome covering the entire thing.
and not see the bed anymore.
As a matter of fact, he still notices there is a dome when he gets up.
Yeah, when you get up, yeah.
Yeah.
He is still gonna go knock on Gerald's door quite heavily.
As you go and knock, as you go out into the corridor, you see this one person seems to be part of the Tide Rider crew, who's now like shimmying like, through the hallway. And the part of the dome is like taking up half the corridor. Oh my god!
Arthur, Arthur's
He just goes like, "Wanted?"
Arthur's gonna fuck around with him a little bit now. He's just gonna walk through it like normally through a hallway.
Yeah, and as you do that, he just looks at you and then what? Like, huh? Puts his hand in like,
and as Arthur reappears on the other side, he just goes,
Oh my god.
and the sailor goes, nah shit.
Arthur sort of just
I like
scratches
it, guys.
his chin and goes, well, I was going to help you, and walks back straight into the dome.
Jimmy's on by and leaves down the corridor.
As he was shimmying, though, he was going to, like, poke his stomach.
You know, you're gonna meet that crewmate on the ship, and he's gonna make your life a living hell.
Yeah.
Good. I can't wait.
Arthur on a ship is already a living hell.
That's true.
How much worse could it be? He says.
Goes up to the door.
Go away. I don't want any.
No. Wake up.
What?
Have you been doing magic while we've been sleeping again?
And I believe at this point the dome would fade because it's still an
End of 8 hours? Yeah. What do you want, Arthur? I need more sleep.
Well, A, it's time to wake up anyways. B,
No, it's not. Go
B,
away. Come back
it
in 2
seems-
hours.
It seems like you're doing magic while we're sleeping. What do you mean doing?
Go away, Arthur. I'm sleeping.
Arthur is...
I just want to say, Orb.
Well,
think
while
about
you're
this.
figuring out that, while you're
Oh, no,
figuring
I've already figured it out.
The
Oh,
door's
yeah, yeah,
locked, by the way.
I already figured it out.
Okay, what are you doing?
He's gonna summon a very small mice. From his summon beast. So he's casting summon beast. And gonna get the mice to sort of go underneath the door.
That doesn't consume the acorn, does it?
No.
No.
Okay.
Nah.
I was worried it's a one-time thing. and
No,
you're
God,
using it
imagine
for
that. That'd be
something
awful. No.
That would be
Okay.
so.
Yeah, so
Considering
there's
how what it
there's-
takes to make it, yeah.
There's a little bit of scurrying noise, and Gerald, like, looking down under the door, squeezing, is like a little rodent that's coming through, and it's got like a faintly ethereal sheen to it.
Just rolls over and pulls the blanket over his head.
And I'm just gonna get the rodent to, because obviously Gerald won't wear shoes to bed. This rodent's gotta go in a shoe and just stay there.
Oh, it's gonna get
Okay.
smashed, Orb.
We're hopping on me. Was everyone else going just down for breakfast?
After checking on Lena, yes.
So it
Lena
should be good for a
looks-
few hours. Let's go. I'm starving.
He's got worms, I'm telling you.
Such
No one in
worms.
particular.
Oh, Goose goes into Lena's room anyways. Well, I guess you guys are already in there. Checks on Lena. Once he knows that like everything's okay, little pat on the head again, and then walks out for breakfast.
I'm telling you now, if I cast the spell on an empty stomach, I will throw up.
Oh look, I am all
can't
for
do
having
this,
a
you can't
full stomach.
Trust this. Yes.
All right, let's go get some breakfast.
Excellent. Thank you. First logical thing I've heard all day.
Yeah,
You
and
just woke up.
as you're coming down, you see two of the sailors are like sitting at a table drinking something, and one of them says, "I didn't get a bloody wink of sleep last night. Came back to my room, and I don't know. The bed was gone. The wall had changed."
Totally trying to get it.
I swear to God, if I have to pay for that, I'm gonna be.
And the other one says, "Could have just gone to the ship, you moron." Yeah, but but I paid for the room. You know, you want to get worth for your money. Is it worth it if you can't sleep in the bed you paid for? Yes, I can. And, Mrs. Hovey is like passing out what looks to be bowls of porridge and tankards of warm milk.
We'll definitely take a double helping for both Goose and Rudy. Just add it to the ever-growing tab.
And as you come out,
Rudy will all be chipping in for this.
Mrs. Hovey says to you, Rudy, in a passing by manner, well, I didn't get a chance to really check the books last night, but let's put it to 5 silver for all the food and the drinks.
Oh, yeah, no, that's, that's, you know what, because you've been so accommodating, we'll make it 6 silver.
Thank you. So how was it? Did you make it to Bora?
We did. Yes, we did indeed make it to Bora, and oh my, the adventures we had on our way. We were attacked by wolves, these devilish creatures that just have you ever heard of a creature called a mephit? They are diabolical with their eyes and the staring and the.
Wait, you mean a mephit? You know, the long nose, the big eyes.
Yes, exactly. Have you ever been
and
terrorized
one of
by...
them looks like it could stare into your soul.
Yes, that is very the same. Have you...
Oh, it's right behind you. And behind you. Where? And you turn around and it's right there.
Hello, little friends! Oh, my friends, I'll see you. How are you?
No. All 4 of them are just like hovering behind, and one of them says, "Hello."
No.
We finally found you.
No.
I'll come to see you, little friends.
No.
Rudy, don't be rude.
No.
It's lovely to see you. Rudy, be nice.
How are you? How are your travels?
Well, you see, we've run into a little bit of a problem. Have you seen Shigor?
Oh, we can't say that we have since we last left a while ago.
Damn it.
Oh, are you missing them?
Yes. Shigor, took off. We were in Bora for a few days, and then Shigor simply just, took off. We haven't been able to contact him at all.
Oh, well... What direction did he go?
North.
Well, that's nice. So did we.
Yes, but it's very unsettling because we can't get further north. We'll melt.
Oh, that north. The north.
Worst thing that could happen. Let's be real. But I mean,
Rudy, I'm going to eat with my spoon.
Try.
Well, we'll make sure to keep an eye out for it.
We will absolutely. And is there a way we can contact you if we do find Shigor?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. You tell me.
Oh, what about the mind, with the writing in the book thing that Gerald has?
What do you mean, what writing in the thing?
And the mind thing.
Oh,
What message in the head?
Yes. God, I would love nothing more
Poser.
that. I want a mind link between Ozzy Defro and the Muppets, please.
Yeah.
This is what I want in my life.
Alright, you want a what?
A mind link between like Rudy and the Muppets.
Mind link?
Yeah.
Rudy ain't mind linking with no one. That's
You
rude,
mind link
Nana.
with
Why
the-
You already did.
would you even ask that? That's intimate. That's rude.
Oh, so you like to do it with Proju. I mean,
What?
Gerald.
Nani?
Well, Nana's gonna keep trying to talk to the Muppets to get like an address, and I think it's not gonna go anywhere, but that's what she'll be doing. Eating porridge and talking to methods.
Just to clarify for chat, Shigor was the character played by Glitchcraft, correct?
No.
No,
Shigor was
a dragon.
The dragon, sorry. I knew it was one
lovely
of those
dragon
two,
friend.
Yeah, dragon.
Yeah.
Wait, so the
Glitchcraft-
dragon went north. That's right.
The dragon took off. Yes.
Hmm.
Oh shit!
Right.
How? Shit. Everyone's going north.
Arthur's gonna.
Maybe
Shit.
want us to family.
Shit.
We can find more dragons.
Oh, yeah, well, maybe. Yes, Goose, exactly. And Nan remembers that all the fucking zombies went north too. So this is fine.
Arthur's gonna talk to Goose, on the book and the mind thing.
I'll be sleeping once I've had my 10 hours. I'll be coming down.
Goose, what are you talking about? The book and the mind and the talking and.
That's Gerald. Unless I'm forgetting something from like a previous campaign, but like, yeah, Gerald, he asked us to write our names in the book, and he could write something in there, and then we could hear it in our heads.
You got to write in his book.
Yes, a big, wonderful signature from the Dust Goose.
Oh, I didn't get to sign his book.
Oh, maybe it just left his mind. But maybe if you talk to him and well, ask him about said book.
Oh, look, he's sort of in trouble with me at the moment anyway. He's been doing magic right next to me in the middle of the night.
Wait, what did he do?
Well, you know that little tiny house thing? Yes, well, he's done that, and he's inconvenienced some of the people here. And not only that, he frightened me when I sort of woken up in the morning. But, you know, I wasn't expecting to wake up to magic in my room.
No.
Yeah. And I will say the summoned beast only lasts for an hour, so it's long gone by the time Gerald actually gets up.
Was not expecting him to sleep in for so long.
Yeah, because he has the.
I gotta get my
prototype
10, man. Yeah.
Arthur didn't know, but Arthur just was trying to get you up.
Well, we'll have a little talking to with him about casting magic in the middle of the night. Maybe he was sleep casting.
Sleep casting.
You know, you wake up in the middle of the night, you're just like, the magic, bingo bongo, and magic.
Well,
Bingo
Goose-
bongo.
Now I'm just imagining Goose like sleep honking and just like enlarging.
Yeah.
Hey, sleep enlarging is a serious problem.
I'm glad we brought more awareness.
That morning
Well.
enlarge.
What check would it be for Rudy to have a final showdown with this bloody method and do a
No.
staring contest?
Staring
Ooh.
contest, Constitution save.
I was thinking a Constitution save would be the way to go. All right. Okay. This is, and Rudy makes it very clear to the method. He goes, "All right, you and me, we got beef. Got to figure this out. So, if I win this staring contest, and you can blink now. We haven't started yet, but if I win the staring contest, you leave me alone, and you get out of my dreams. And if you win, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm going to win.
Make a Constitution save.
Oh, fuck my life.
7. As you go to stare, there's this one part where the globe eyes are just staring at you, and it starts shaking its head, but the eyes aren't moving. It's like steady cam on the eyes. It's just like,
I'm going up to heal later. If anyone wants me, that's where I'll be. he heads upstairs.
Who was he talking to? I don't. He's always strange when the methods are around. I think it's the words.
The method goes, he's got worms.
It's absolutely the worms.
It's a theory.
How long
He
are you
ain't
gonna
as much
go
as
with this
me.
worm thing?
I don't
Until
know.
the end of the campaign.
Until they're
Until
cured.
he gets less hungry.
Yeah.
The
Until
big
those
bad
worms are
evil
cured.
guy is just a giant worm.
Oh,
It's a
God.
purple worm.
No,
Shit.
no.
Got a recreation of
You,
aliens.
Yeah, there's a moment like as Rudy, as you're stomping up the stairs, Gerald, you come out of your room.
Adjusting the hat.
Careful,
Oh,
Gerald,
morning,
there's-
Rudy.
There's methods down there.
Oh, they were all right, weren't they? They didn't attack us, I don't think. Wait,
No, but
did they attack
apparently
us?
Shigor is missing, and they want help, and they just
Oh.
annoy me so.
Shigor was the dragon, wasn't it?
Yes, the really annoying dragon.
The ice dragon. Yes, but, remarkably sort of for a dragon, you know. I expected more.
Yeah, I suppose, but I don't know. I just didn't get a great feeling about Shigor. Like they were, I don't know, hiding something. Like those methods. They definitely have an ulterior motive, Gerald.
You sure they do, Rudy? Did you remove the curse off Lena already?
I'm about to. I woke up and I was. You just, you know how that feeling when you cast spells on an empty stomach and your whole stomach just explodes out of your mouth. Yes, you've
Not
had
in
that,
the slightest, no.
Oh,
That is not a thing that happens.
maybe maybe
Possibly ever
Oh,
to anyone.
that it's a cleric thing. It's a cleric thing. Don't worry.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. It's don't even look it up. It's probably like such a old.
Dealing with
obscure-
gods is difficult.
Oh, wouldn't you believe it is?
I've had one brushing, and untold, unimaginable problems are going to sprout from it. So I can only imagine what you have to deal with.
I shook.
Anyway,
one's hand,
why
and
are we
then
waiting
after that,
here?
Everything fucking changed.
Okay, enough with the ranting. Let's just go decurse our whatever Lena is.
An ice giant, Gerald. They're an ice giant.
That wasn't whatever. Let's go.
So I'm guessing
And march
Gerald
on
and Rudy are
into
heading
Lena's
to
room.
Lena's room.
Nana might come up too.
Yeah.
The methods are not giving her very much to go off of, so she's just gonna figure it out later.
They after being told that you don't know where Shigor is, they pretty much just stand around idling, but they're like, they don't know what to do, but they also don't know what to do. They're just like.
How did
just,
they
like,
get in
pretty-
here through
pretty much
the through like the heat
expecting-
door?
Oh yeah.
Climbed in through a window,
Oh,
Gerald.
are they like slightly melted?
I mean, who knows how magic works, you know?
Methods.
Methods. How do they work?
They have their own physics and their own laws. The methods.
I'm pretty sure they also don't have eyelids, so I don't know how
They-
Rudy would have beat them in a staring contest.
also-
Yeah, I was thinking that as well.
With difficulty is the answer.
There'll be
I think
another
the
chance.
smile, the smile that Josie has says even a nat 20 would not have stopped this
No.
madness.
His eyes would have dried to like raisins before he won a staring contest.
All I know is that I cannot believe that methods were actually supposed to show up there, and I was fully prepared to just like.
Wonderful. It's
Amazing.
perfect.
Anyway.
I love it.
Fantastic.
Also, I noticed the audio coming out of this ear is a little less now. I think I've actually broken my headset from flinging
no.
it off my face. It was
Nice,
so-
nice.
Just
Yeah.
check you haven't pulled it out or something.
I
Check that
will,
first.
I will. Anyway, we're
Anyway.
in Lena's room.
Right.
Into Lena's room.
Yeah.
In Lena's room, we got Gerald, Rudy, and Nana. Is everyone going up? You've finished breakfast by now,
Yeah.
and a few more
Those
of the
are
people
yes,
from the Tide Rider crew have started gathering down, like in the eating section. It's getting a bit rowdy. They're talking, starting to like stretch. They're like finishing their food. Everyone's heading out. You all want to congregate in the room where Lena is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so.
And
All right.
Rudy, you want to?
Yeah, I suppose. Again, it's up to Rudy to do the important spells when they matter. All right.
Oh, alright.
Jeez, yeah.
I see my bark skin had literally no effect on you. That's fine.
Yeah, who needs druids
Oh,
and
wait.
warlocks, right?
All right,
Who
yeah.
needs saving from death, Rudy?
I'm
Oh,
apparently
imagine.
getting worse in combat and better in story time. So like, we're just that seems to be my place. Alrighty. Yeah. So okay. So Rudy is prepared and ready to cast Remove Curse. At his touch, all curses affecting one creature or object end. Lena is not a cursed magic item, so it's not going to break any owner's attunement. But he could probably cast that then on the collar at some point. In fact, he could probably do it straight away. He can cast it multiple times.
Yeah.
So let's focus on Lena. There's nothing fancy with this one. Rudy just essentially channels his deity's energy that's probably creating the curse, and then utilizes that power and touches Lena on the neck, where the collar was.
As you touch, I'm assuming you're using your gloved hand.
Yes, of course.
So as you close your eyes, you lay your hand on Lena's neck. You speak the words. You do the gestures. And there's a moment where, at first nothing happens, but then there is, Lena's body starts to shiver, and then almost spasm, and it's just like, Lena goes into what seems to be a full-on seizure, just shaking on the bed.
I cast
And
Mage
then-
Hand to help hold her down.
Yeah. Do as good as you can, just
Yeah.
putting the big hand on. And then stops, and there's this moment, and it's a bit convoluted because it looks almost like Lena's inflating, like the gauntness is disappearing, the sinewy, muscly, the tight skin starts filling. But while this is happening, Lena starts coughing, and flies start pouring out, Green Mile style, out of Lena's mouth.
Oh,
Just,
It's okay.
just like
it's
pouring
fine.
out. They just
Oh,
fly.
no, you
Don't
shouldn't
worry,
eat
guys.
those.
No.
That's not food.
oh,
And
jeez.
after a few more coughs, after a moment, they disappear into the air. They almost seem to get a foot away from Lena before they just vanish.
Hmm.
And
It's okay.
then Lena opens their eyes. And that's where we're gonna end today.
Hey, Lena!
Woo!
We saved Lena!
Yay, we saved them!
Saved them.
I'm so pleased.
They're alive at least,
I was-
right?
We-
Thought I was about
Yeah,
to kill him, but that's okay. We're good.
Yeah.
we're Gucci.
Gotta. Yep. Gotta be careful with them curses, yo.
Yeah,
Don't
curses
eat
are-
flies, folks. That's the real
Yeah.
lesson.
Curses are serious
Even
business.
if you're hungry,
Yeah.
don't do it.
Even if you're hungry.
Don't be hungry like that.
Yeah.
Crickets
Flies
are
aren't the best.
Mwah.
And fantastic.
Flies, though, right?
No, not flies.
But yes,
Yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you
Josie.
for
That was very fun.
tonight.
you made it.
I'm,
Today was a game. Do we have any questions anywhere?
Yes.
Yeah.
Any questions from the chat? Let's open it up.
If anyone's got
Or
any-
from the players? Orb, I see you threw people at me. Thank you.
All right, meet your people.
Orb
Josie.
he's out of there. He's done. He's
Oh, I've got a bit of a headache going on.
buddy.
Oh shit.
Sorry to hear that.
They
Get
get
yourself a
plenty of
couple
water,
of-
plenty of rest.
I think it's this big ring light right here.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That could be it.
No, I
That's-
say I recommend what I did: turn the ring light around and have the light bounce off the wall. Like,
Oh, this is the first time it's ever sort of affected me. So.
I was just about to try that, Josie, and my fucking camera is actually attached to the
Attached to
remote.
it, you just like
You
turn the
would've
entire
seen
camera around.
yeah, mine is as well. I just remove the camera, turn the ring light, and then put the camera on again.
Might give that a go then.
It's just crazy
No,
enough to
mine's-
work.
Mine's like a tab.
Oh, it's like
tab.
Like,
tab.
Like it
permanently.
is on my camera.
Oh no, mine has one of those camera stand screws in the middle of the light.
Right,
that would
yeah.
be good.
That
I
would
mean,
be
if
good.
anyone like ever wants to throw too much money at lighting, the Elgato
yeah.
like
Yeah.
lights, the big like actual standing ones that clip onto your desks, they're amazing. They're fucking amazing. I've got like 2 on either side, and it's just perfect.
Nice.
Perfect lighting every time. Get those fucking methods out of my chat.
But they're
I'm
good.
so glad that
They're
there were
so
more methods.
cute and
Is that your first bit reward emote?
It's a 1k bits.
So everybody in who gives Josie 1k bits gets an emote that is specifically designed to mess with me.
To
Yeah.
I just want
haunt,
to point that out.
to haunt both Ozzy and Rudy.
That is a good question, Lazapan. How am I anti-methods when you're a fan of the Kezu in Monster Hunter? Look, the world works in mysterious ways, okay? The Kezu is a fleshy, veiny TOS monster that has a phallus for a neck and head. And yeah,
The thing is that the Kezu doesn't have any eyes.
this is true. Whereas the methods do have eyes.
You lost me at phallic.
Oh.
What about
yeah.
Yonic? Is that all right?
That was the discussion
preferable, but not necessarily better.
Benny, you leave that discussion in last night's VOD. Alright? You leave that discussion in last night's VOD.
All right. No Yonic the Hedgehog.
No,
Oh,
you're
I'm not gonna get
No.
Good night, Orb. Good night.
Good
night.
Night, Obi.
Get some
Yeah.
good
As
sleep.
well, if any one of you players have any questions, like if it's about things that have already happened, I don't mind like telling you what's going on in the background.
Is this where we ask if we can know what choices led up to Lena getting the collar, or is that something we'll learn probably next week?
I imagine we'll probably find out from Lena what the hell happened.
Yeah, once we have a chat with her.
Considering the fact that you managed to save Lena,
Yeah, we can.
I mean,
still ask
You
Lena.
literally told me I had removed curse, which was a big help because I had no fucking idea I knew how to remove curses. It's
You
like
said no clue.
what happens is like we go a while without combat, so I go, hey, combat's probably coming up, so I'm gonna gear Rudy up for combat spells, and then it's like you don't have the spell you need outside of combat anymore.
Yeah, you gotta stay flexible.
But like remove curse is such a niche thing.
It
like,
is. I don't think
It
anyone
really
would
is.
have remove curse like prepared every day or anything like that.
unless it's like inherently prepared through a subclass.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, like I was afraid. Like if anyone was curious as to why I wasn't going to look after Lena, I've got a sneaky suspicion, and I haven't really spoken to Josie about it. But like, I think what Ugathoa doesn't like me to do is like, if someone's on their way to dying, I can't really spare them. But if like I'm
Look,
trying to find this line.
we can actually talk a little bit about this because it's a very fine print situation because I've been doing a lot of thinking lately, and I don't think you're gonna get to that point for a long time. But there is a point in the campaign that I've planned out where Rudy will have pointed out that you need to read the fine print about your do's and don'ts.
Yeah. I have no idea what those do's and don'ts are right now, so... Well, I know one very clear do. which is
I sent them to you at one point.
You did.
Yeah, they do have a page on the like on the gods as well. If you want to look that
Yeah,
up.
in Beyond 20. I could probably do that.
Well, I got a page up
It's-
from
it's-
Pathfinder wiki.
Yeah, it's Pathfinder. It's Pathfinder.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I've got that on hand for Kazutol.
Mm.
Just keeping an eye on things.
Yep. And I've got.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm doing Nethys proud at the moment.
This is pretty much just ask you to use as much magic as you can.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
Yeah.
Right
Like
here? So
mage hand to hold it down. Tiny.
Yeah.
I'm just all the magic things.
Because one of the Nephthys do's is like you have to use magic instead of mundane means if you can.
Yeah, yeah. So if you can do it with magic, do it with magic.
I just imagine like if one truly goes that direction, eventually you just like be like reclined in a bed and things just happen around.
Yeah. You're speaking like psychically to everyone. You don't even open your mouth.
Alrighty.
God, I'd be so lazy if I had that kind of magic though. Like IRL.
Right.
Be a lazy piece of shit.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I better head on out.
You're signing off?
Same.
Yeah.
Are you doing
Josie-
anything after this?
Yeah, playing
What are
some
you
Final
talking about?
Fantasy, right?
Josie.
Oh,
We're
both.
playing
Yeah.
Final Fantasy. Me and Roju, but I think Roju was going to do it off stream, but in my ears.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it was depending on
if you're
how
gonna-
tired I am, but I'm doing okay so
Okay.
far.
Doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well, I'll send a raid
I'll
over
kick on
to...
for a little bit.
You keep on for a little bit. Alrighty.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can work with that. Alrighty. Well, thank you everyone for the D&D.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yes.
And
Josie,
we'll hope to see you next week.
I mean, you will see me next week. You can't get rid of me at this point.
Damn it.
I'm super excited, and you know the one meme that I sent in our chat, in our group chat about starting new campaigns.
Yeah.
It's hard holding it back. It's really hard holding it back.
Oh, and we've been talking about it as well, and it sounds so fun.
Oh dear.
Oh,
And
really?
I really want to go about putting together my fat nugget.
Oh my god.
Fat nugget?
Alrighty, I'm
What?
Going. I'm going. Goodbye.
Good night. Yeah, I'm putting together a my own character. We've
Yeah.
been talking about the campaign, based purely off of this one TikTok of this little minor bird that's learned how to say, "My name is Fat Nugget, and I'm a big fat chicken."
Okay, yeah.
And I'm gonna base a what are they called? The crow
Kenku.
ones, Kenku, off of that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and I told Denny about the in-world lore for Kenkus in that
Mhm.
new setting.
Oh,
Yeah, Cuddly
okay.
also ran, but thank you for playing, Cuddly.
Yes, thank you
everyone
everybody.
who were here.
Thank you for
Yes.
hosting another awesome night. And I will skedaddle. I'll get a raid over
always
to
A pile
you,
of
Reggie,
fun.
this time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Have a
Come
lovely
on.
night.
Thanks, Day.